Nebraska started 5-1, and right now, if you look at their schedule,
That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can also follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and for a final time in 2024, we'll see you at the stadium.
Welcome back to the Andrew DiDonato Show on the Wolverine Sports Network, brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Ryan Briggs here, along with Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. The Grove City Wolverines making the short trip down Route 208 to Westminster to take on the 7-2 Westminster Titans. And, Coach, a couple things jumping out about Westminster. Number one, 7-2, obviously having a very fine season. The two setbacks, a 7-point loss at home to W&J. Then a couple of weeks ago, a tough outing at Carnegie Mellon. Things kind of snowballed early, down 31-0 in the second quarter. Ended up CMU winning 45-20. But all in all, the Titans have put together a very fine season from day one.
Yeah, I mean, you think about 7-2 in this league. My goodness, not easy, and really good at home. You think about being at home, beating Case at home. I mean, that was a huge win. W&J, I mean, that was a great football game. Came down to the very end. Westminster had plenty of opportunities to beat W&J in that game. So a great team, and specifically when you think about in these big games, have been a very good team at home as expected. So, really tough environment to go into against a great football team, and we're excited for the challenge.
One of the things, one of the common threads that we've had throughout the year in the PAC, talking about the other teams at the top, your CMUs, your W&Js, certainly Grove City and Case Western Reserve, is it's the same guys every year. A lot of 3-, 4-, 5th-year guys. Look at Westminster. Sure, there are a few guys on offense that have been around. Certainly the running back Ryan Gomes, a 5th-year guy, a couple of the linemen. But when I look at the Westminster defense, starting from my math, 6 freshmen starting on defense. So, I mean, that certainly bodes well for the future, and the present is very good as well for the Westminster defense.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what's nice about having an identity. People ask, how was Daniel Sullivan able to step in last year as a freshman on an undefeated team? Well, it's a rich history of what offensive football looks like, which makes the learning curve accelerated because you have an identity. You know who you are. You just got to get a new guy to figure it out as quick as possible. Well, that's Westminster. You just mentioned their defense. They have such a clear identity and have for years. So when you're a freshman and you come into camp, it's not like the coaches are figuring out the system. It's, hey, this is who we are. This is what it looks like. Here's the stars who've played before you. You got a couple weeks to figure it out. And my goodness, have they. Perfect blend of youth and experience. I look at Ryan Gomes, I'm saying, do I really have to defend him again? How's he? I'm sure they're saying the same about Scott Frazier. So it's like, how are these guys still there? But nice blend of youth and experience. But again, comes back to having an identity. They have that. They know who they are. That's why they got these guys, whatever year they are, playing at a high level.
looking at the defense, Westminster, I think Coach Benzel, who I believe still does all the defensive play calling, either has to have like a big 11 by 17 sheet or really small font because they do a lot defensively.
They do. It's just prepare for everything. They've gone even front against us. That's 4 down linemen on the line of scrimmage. Odd front, 3 down linemen. Bear, 5 down linemen. You could see it stack. They've gone. Mixed up every coverage. I mean, guys rolling everywhere. Safeties rolling everywhere. Stunts, blitzes. They stem, meaning they'll start an even and move to an odd right before the snap. I mean, or vice versa. I mean, just a little bit of everything. That is their identity. I mean, part of their identity is being physical, of course, but also throwing a lot at you and a lot to process. So and now we always take this approach because we always think people may do things against us different than they have against others. But more than ever, we have to just prepare for everything more than just what we see on the film.
You always hear about strength down the middle, most notably in baseball, but they certainly have it on defense in terms of the experienced guys up front. Gene Gary Joseph, senior 255-pound tackle. Dylan Sleva, junior at middle linebacker. Then at free safety, Bryce Butler, who is as good a center fielder as you'll find. Having those 3 guys, returning veterans in the middle with all the youth around them, they certainly have the right guys in the key leadership spots.
They have. They got great personnel, experience. And you mentioned Bryce Butler, so I'm just going to highlight him. I think he's one of the best players I've coached against in my 9 years here. I've gone, fortunately or unfortunately, I had to call plays against a lot of great defenders that you had to account for. Well, I'd put him up there. You better know where 3 is at all times because his range, I mean, there's plays where when you have the middle of the field safety, you think, all right, pretty safe if I, put it more towards the sidelines. Or he'll get there. I mean, he's able to get everywhere. He's made big picks against us in the past. He's made big plays. He had punt returns this year for touchdowns. See him making plays against so many teams. So great players all over. But I think Bryce Butler, he's one of the best in the league and the best that we've seen in the league at safety over the last 10 years. And certainly a guy that we respect and need to be aware of.
And then Kevin Wright at corner, the senior, he's been there seemingly forever too. 6'2", 175. All in all, look at the defense again. The heights and weights, it's one thing. It's can the guy play or not? They certainly have 11 guys who can play, but overall, pretty good size in this defense too.
Yeah, that's what makes their secondary so tough. Not only can they run and are they physical, they'll kind of do it all, but they're big too. And that's one of the things we usually look to as an advantage. I mean, we have big receivers a lot of times, and we play some other teams. W&J for a good example. We talked about them, and Case. You look at or CMU. I mean, Westminster now. All these teams. Well, they're going to have corners who are just as big, and the Westminster is another one of those, like we've talked about before. Kevin Wright, he was. I remember when we talked about him his freshman year, about rookie of the year and up for consideration, and everything he had done. Just been dominant all 4 years, and again, a great blend of size and speed.
Turning our attention to the Westminster offense, they made a significant change last week. Billy Levac, the junior from Nordonia High School of Macedonia, up in between Cleveland and Akron, taking over as the starter for Ty McGowan, and Titans put up 56 points on Geneva, so not a surprise. Levac is getting he's listed as the starter again. How much of a difference from an X and O standpoint is there with the change from McGowan to Levac, if at all?
No, there's really not much at all. I mean, it's pretty nice when your starter can go down and you can have someone step in and throw for over 300 yards. But very similar. I don't really see a big difference in what they were trying to do or accomplish. And he's a senior, and that's probably why. Junior. I mean, he's been in the offense for a couple of years to the point that he knows the system. It's not like he doesn't know different checks, different routes, how to read it. They pretty much did the same thing. But again, we talked about their defense. You got to be ready for anything. Their offense, yeah, they got Levac. Yeah, McGowan, who we know has been their guy. They also use a Wildcat set, so they bring in another guy for that. So really, we could see any form of 1, 2, if not 3 quarterbacks playing on Saturday. So we just need to be ready for everything because they got multiple guys they can use there.
And of course, it's the final game of the regular season, it's senior day, last home game, rivalry game, all those things. I'm sure the factor, if you will, of chance for, like you mentioned, a trick play, reverses, halfback pass, all those things. certainly probably have to be on high alert for all that this week.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a team that has a lot of trick plays, and there's no need to hide it, there's nothing else to hide it for after this one. If you're ever going to use it, a rivalry game with a lot on the line, two teams that are sitting great record-wise, this is the time to use it, and we got to be ready for everything.
Of course, Ryan Gomes at running back, grad student, PAC Player of the Year a couple of years ago, missed some time earlier this season, but certainly, much like we talked in our first segment about Nico Flatty, a guy who's had a great career, a very good senior season, and a guy who can, he's a complete back.
Oh, he is. He can do it all. I mean, he'll run between the tackles, has the speed when he breaks into the open, can get the edge, really solid protection. I mean, just everything. He's a complete player, knows their system, and biggest thing is he can change the game in one play, and we got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Grove City and Westminster playing the regular season finale. Coach, everybody can see the standings, and with the NPI information that's out there and so forth, this new playoff selection stuff. Obviously, it's not a secret. If the Wolverines win, get a share of the conference title, and likely a playoff berth. How much is that something that's talked about at all? How do you keep that from being? Can it be used as, I don't want to say it as a motivator, but is that something that could be a distraction? Or, I mean, because it's an unusual situation. Last year, after the first five, you get really after the ninth game at the open date, we knew that the Wolverines had won the league and were going to the playoffs. This year is a little different of a situation. That with a win, you should get at least a share of the conference title. So there's hats and T-shirts and a trophy and all that. But with everything else that goes with that, is that something that talk about much, or is it something that you kind of just say, hey, everybody knows it, we're just going to leave it be?
Yeah, we haven't talked about it too much, but one of the things, obviously, we have a vision that clearly states we want to compete for PAC and national championships, because I believe guys think about it anyway. You might as well put it out there and say, this is what we're striving for. And it's an infinite game to us, meaning, whether we win it or not in 2018, we're going to get right back to building towards it in 2019. So it's not something we need to be afraid of, or, hey, if we fall short, like maybe we did in 2021 from winning it, or 20. No, it's good. We learned. Now we are closer. So when you're in a game like this, it's, look, hey, we know it's where we want to go. And it's important to talk about, because this is why we do what we do on offense or defense and special teams, is to put ourselves in this position. So we're aware of it. I think our guys know a lot's at stake here. So we look at that and we say, all right, this is why we have the vision that we do. This is why we can be confident. Now let's just focus on good to great each rep, 1-0 each week. That's all we can do to put ourselves in position to win it. But I tell you what, it's a lot of fun playing meaningful football. And that's why I tell the guys, I said, this is meaningful. We've been in playoff mode since our loss to W&J, because we knew if we went out, we still got a good shot. But if we don't win out, we got no shot. So we have talked about it from that standpoint, as we said, we got to win. We got to go 1-0 4 times. We've talked about that each week. We've got to go 1-0 4 times. We've done it the first 3, and we got one more to get.
Coach, what are the keys for the Wolverines to go 1-0 for the 4th straight week and get a share of the conference title and likely a berth in the 40-team dance?
Offensively, run the football, and when an opportunity comes for a big play downfield, make it happen. Same recipe, new week. Defensively, the opposite. We've talked about stopping the run last week. We got to do it again. Take their run game completely out of it. Make them one-dimensional in the pass. Limit the explosive play from happening there, and winning field position. So there's really one recipe for us, and it comes back to that. Run the football, make big plays in the pass, take away the run, limit the explosive in the pass, win field position. We do that, we got a chance to beat a great team on the road.
Coach, always a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun through these first 10 regular season games. We're pretty confident there will be at least an 11th game of some sort, whether it's next weekend or the weekend after. Who knows? We will know more. We'll know more probably come 4:30 Saturday, and then maybe even a lot more come late Sunday afternoon, early Sunday evening. But, Coach, we appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Go get the Titans, and let's do this again for an 11th game, and maybe some more after that, too.
Hey, I'll sign up for that right now. Appreciate it, Briggsy.
That's Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. You've been listening to the Andrew DiDonato Show here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Mark Means and I will have the kickoff from Memorial Field coming up next, right here on the home of the Wolverines.
Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free windshield wiper sale. You heard correct. BOGO. Windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for Old Man Winter today before he arrives. BOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy.
From Memorial Field in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, the Wolverine Sports Network presents Grove City College football this afternoon. The 8-1 Grove City College Wolverines on the road to take on the 7-2 Westminster Titans. Mark Means, Ryan Briggs. And Ryan, if this game is like the last two that have been here, it's going to go down to the final seconds.
Yeah, that's what you certainly expect today, Mark. These teams split the last six. Always coming down to the last play, the last 2 minutes, and a lot riding on this one. Certainly, Grove City, obviously, a win gives the Wolverines a share of the conference title at minimum and likely a berth in the playoffs. Westminster a win, get to 8-2. Two-game improvement from last year. It would be a win over an arch rival. It would knock Grove City out of the playoffs, out of the conference race. It would give Westminster likely a berth in the Open Doors Bowl series. The PAC playing the OAC runner-up next week. So certainly a lot for Westminster, too. It's senior day here, rivalry that dates back to 1892. And just always, anytime these schools get together in any sport, it's important, it's big, it's usually a great game. This one today, you think about 8-1 versus 7-2. These are the best records for the teams combined. You think about, a lot of times the game's been played in September the last handful of years, or early October. Here, playing in Week 11, which I love. I think, it's playing a rival in the last game of the year. Of course, with rivalry week going away this year with 11 teams and so forth, that's understandable. But the fact that here today, and you see it around the PAC, a lot of old rivalries being renewed. Really good scheduling by the league here in Week 11. And here, what I think is the best rivalry across the board in the President's Athletic Conference, across the board, all sports, Grove City, Westminster, here today at Memorial Field with a lot on the line. Two outstanding football teams getting ready to tee it up in week number 10. Both teams have had early open dates. Westminster was off in week 1, 10th straight game. Grove City's played 9 in a row, so pretty equal footing there. This should be a great game. This Westminster defense, a young unit, but a very good unit. This is game number 10. They're not that young anymore. When you play W&J and Carnegie Mellon and Case Western, that accelerates the growth process. When you're coached by Scott Benzel, an outstanding head coach, and especially such an excellent defensive coach, that's like being in a graduate course with him teaching defense. It's a young defense on paper, but an outstanding defense and a lot more seasoned than you might think. Wolverines certainly will have their hands full today against a top-notch opponent, wearing the Honolulu blue jerseys for the first time at home, what they believe ever. Titans normally wear the navy at home, but they look like the 1970s tuxedo blue as the Titans are taking the field here before their home crowd, and the Wolverines across the way in the white with the red jerseys. And Mark, coin toss completed. Westminster winning the toss, deferring, so we'll see the Grove City offense to begin today's game.
When you look at history in this matchup between these two programs and numbers this year, they tell you this has the potential to be a low-scoring game. Grove City giving up 11.1 points per game, Westminster an even 13. So this has the potential to be a low-scoring game.
Yes, certainly two excellent defenses. Grove City a little bit more. Grove City's put up more yardage, more points this year. The Westminster offense certainly coming alive last week with Billy Levac at quarterback, 56 points at Geneva. A key, and it's something that you always talk about in football, but turnovers. These teams are the two best teams in the country, or among the two best in the country, in not turning the ball over. Grove City number 1 in the country in turnover margin. Westminster positive turnover margin as well. But the Titans have taken excellent care of the football all year, as has Grove City. That's something to keep an eye on today, too. For teams that take care of the ball, if somebody coughs it up or a tip or anything like that, that could be what decides the outcome in what we expect to be a very tight and somewhat low-scoring game.
It's a cool afternoon, 47 degrees. It's been cloudy all day, a slight chance for some rain. And as you mentioned, the Grove City offense will take the field first. And what has been, a lot of buildup to a big game here this afternoon.
Yes, certainly. It's one of those things that after last week, Grove City defeating Case Western Reserve to close the home schedule, Westminster winning at Geneva handily. Then you look at how everything's shaking out in terms of the conference race, potential postseason implications, and the fact that it's Grove City and Westminster. If both these teams were below 500, it would still be a big game. But the fact of now we have a combined 15-3. Grove City, the one loss at W&J, 27-19. Westminster lost to W&J here, 21-14. Titans' other loss, 45-20 at CMU, a game where things snowballed on the Titans down at CMU. But we know how excellent, what a great team Carnegie Mellon has. This should be a lot of fun today. Wolverines, a couple of changes in the starting lineup, one on each side of the ball. Dylan Lane out at right guard, Bobby Benton, who started a couple of games this year. He will draw back into the lineup. And on defense, Dominic Danino at cornerback for Bowden Davidson. We saw Bowden injured late last week against Case Western Reserve. So Danino, who, like Benton on the offensive side, Danino has made a few starts this year. He will start opposite Noah Wheeler in the secondary. So something to keep an eye on. The Wolverines starting essentially two rookie corners. I know Danino's a sophomore, but it's his first half season on offense, or on defense, excuse me. So that's something to keep an eye on against a Westminster offense that doesn't necessarily have a feature wide receiver. They will use 3, 4, 5 guys, and they're all capable of being a number one guy. And for today's play-by-play, here's Mark Means.
We are set to begin the 10th game of the regular season here in Week 11. Westminster won the toss and deferred. Grove City will get the football to begin this afternoon's game. Danino from the 7 across the 10, 15-20 to the 25 and down near the 27-yard line. That is where the Wolverines begin their first drive this afternoon, working left to right in the opening quarter.
Danino also taking Davidson's spot as a kick returner. Danino is certainly a very capable returner. Nice return out to the 28-yard line. Westminster very good on special teams, especially in terms of kick return, kick coverage. But a pretty good return out close to the 30-yard line.
Logan Pfeiffer, the 3-year starter and senior, 1,847 yards, 19 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Also has a pair on the ground. Nico Flotti getting the start at the tailback spot, as he has all season long. Tamburino will go in motion, settle into the backfield. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Nico Flotti. Flotti going to square the shoulder to the line of scrimmage and drive forward. And he's going to push the ball down to the 35-yard line. And another good gain on first down like we've seen from the Wolverines all year long.
Yeah, and we saw, of course, remember last year's meeting in which it was Grove City, just Nico Flotti on that first drive of the game. Westminster, a good defensive front, a heavier front, one of the heavier fronts we've seen this year, but on the play number 1, a 7-yard gain, and that's certainly what Grove City wants to do: establish the run and get the lineman onto the second level, onto that very good linebacking crew led by the middle linebacker Dylan Sleva.
Second down and 3. Single receiver in the formation. Pfeiffer is going to give the ball to Nico Flotti. Flotti looking for that first down marker. He's going to have it by just about a yard. A pickup of 4, and that should put him over the 1,000-yard mark for the season as well.
Yeah, 990 coming in, and my math, I majored in English, tells me he has 11 yards. That's 1,001. Now, hopefully it doesn't be like Dave Hampton for the 1972 Falcons, who went over 1,000 yards. They gave him a trophy, then he got sacked, or he got tackled for loss and went below 1,000 and didn't get the ball again. I think Nico's going to get the ball again. We're early in this one.
Get it a few more times. So first and 10 for the Wolverines out at their 49-yard line.
If he ends up below 1,000, that's a story.
That's quite a story. Pfeiffer overlooking the defense. Play clock under 10 seconds. They'll give it to Flotti for the 3rd time. He's able to break free from a tackle. And he's going to get down to the 41-yard line. He needs to get to the 49 for a first down. So a short pickup. It's 2nd and long.
Yeah, looked like it was going to be a loss on the play. Ricky Cooper had a crack at him in the backfield. Flotti did a good job. And sometimes you think about, he gained 2 yards. It wasn't a great run. It was a great 2-yard run because it should be 2nd and 12. Instead, it's 2nd and 8.
2 receivers go to the left, 1 to the right side. 2nd down and 8. Flotti remains the tailback with Logan Pfeiffer, the senior quarterback. Play clock now down under 10 seconds. Pfeiffer overlooks the defense, takes the snap. Flotti will get it for the 4th straight carry. This time there's a hole across the 45, and he's going to be down to the 48-yard line. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Bryce Butler, the free safety, the outstanding free safety, coming down in run support to make the tackle. And he's an excellent center field type free safety. The best way to neutralize him is to run the ball. And you want Bryce Butler making tackles in the run game because that means you're getting into the secondary, and it's going to be 3rd and short. And the Wolverines bring in the heavy package. Ian DeMary in the backfield.
DeMary, 349 yards, 7 touchdowns on the season. Piper takes the snap. He'll give it to DeMary. DeMary has the first down and more. Breaks a tackle across the 45 and down near the 40-yard line. That'll move the chains. They picked up the first down and more, and a good opening drive for the Wolverines.
Brock Carroll checking in as the extra lineman in at left guard and went right behind big 73 out of Virginia. Wolverines to the 41-yard line. Ian DeMary, good to see him healthy. And the Wolverines, when he was out at midseason and even less than 100%, you certainly saw a little bit of a difference in the ground game, having 39 back in there. Ian DeMary, what a great compliment he is to Nico Flatty.
Single receiver, that's Frazier on the numbers to the left. Tamburino sets up on a wing to the right side. DeMary going to get the handoff. Another run for the Wolverines, and DeMary's going to be twisted down at about the 37-yard line. And Wolverines trying to send an early message here coming right at Westminster.
Yeah, with Grove City, there aren't many secrets. Establish the run, and so far they've been able to do that. And Grove City winning the line of scrimmage, establishing a new line of scrimmage. The guys in white are pushing the guys in the baby blue backwards.
Second down and 6. Opening drive for the Wolverines. Game clock now under 11 minutes at 10:55. Same look for the Wolverines. Single receiver, that's Frazier between the hash mark and the numbers. Piper going to give the ball to Nico Flatty. And Flatty stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Might have been able to push forward for about a yard. And it's going to bring up third down for the Wolverines.
Keenan Heater in there as an extra lineman able to bring him down. That time a slow developing play, bringing Tamburino, the fullback, from wing left around, looking like a pulling guard and leading the way. But good job by Westminster at the point of attack.
So 3rd and 5, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Nico Flatty, the tailback. So it's Frazier and Heckathorn to the left side. Sullivan singled up to the right side. Heckathorn going to go in motion, set up as a wing to the left. They will run it with Flatty on 3rd down and 5. Flatty, 2 hands on the football. Got across the 35, down to the 34-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and a decision early on.
And the offense will stay out there. And, you saw that time Bryce Butler, the normally free safety, we talked about him ranging at center field. He was down at like you'd expect, like a strong safety, the old monster position down near the line of scrimmage. With that play call, that was signal. Wolverine said, hey, we know we have 2 plays to get the 5 yards.
4th and 3. 2 to the left, 1 to the right side. Tamburino wing to the right. Now goes in motion, settles into the backfield. Piper takes the snap, stands in the pocket. They do a nice job picking up the blitz, fires downfield for Frazier, who makes the catch and falls down to the 28-yard line with the Wolverine first down.
It was a great pass from Piper, great catch, but the best part of that play, Nico Flatty's blitz pickup. Ricky Cooper, the linebacker, came off with the left side of the offense. The right side of the defense came in, was one-on-one. Flatty stonewalled him, allowed Piper to step into it, threw a dart to his favorite target, Scott Frazier, and the Wolverines convert on 4th and 3.
So 1st 10 for the Wolverines from the 28-yard line. Long time-consuming opening drive as we are down under 9 minutes at 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Piper to throw it again. Looking for Frazier, and that pass is going to be over his head and incomplete. Frazier got jammed at the line of scrimmage, and it may have just thrown the rhythm of that play off a bit.
Yeah, going up against Kevin Wright, the 6'2 cornerback out there. He is an outstanding corner. Of course, PAC Newcomer of the Year 3 years ago, and one of the few corners in the conference that really is able to match up physically with a Scott Frazier or a Ryan Heckathorn or a Ryan Lenhart. That time it was Wright who had the upper hand on that play.
2nd and 10 from the Westminster 28-yard line. Frazier to the left, Sullivan to the right side. You got both fullbacks now in the backfield, Tamburino and Burnett. Nico Flatty is the tailback. He's 2 yards deep behind Logan Piper. Piper takes the snap, gives the ball to Nico Flatty, spun off a tackle at the 25-yard line, picked up a couple extra yards down near the 23.
Yeah, Flatty, good job. The spin gave him a couple of extra yards, and a lot of times you think of the spin move out in the open, but the spin right in the middle there, and that's he was able to spin off of a defensive player and use that momentum to propel him forward. They'll mark him at the 24, so 3rd and 6.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right side as they check with the sidelines. So that's Frazier to the left, Heckathorn slot to the right, Sullivan outside of him on the numbers. Play clock down to 12 seconds. Overlooking the Westminster defense, Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Nico Flotty. Flotty hesitates, lowers the shoulder, gets across the 20, and down near the 16-yard line. The Wolverines convert another third down on this drive as they're 2 for 3, and the drive continues.
Westminster had both safeties back. They had to essentially cutting the field in half with Butler on the far side, Nate Bortnick on the near side, which meant that there's one less guy in the box. The Wolverines say, we like this numbers matchup and running on 3rd and 6, and good blocking up front, and then Flatty getting out of the open, and the Wolverines into the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. What will be the 14th play of the drive.
It is Frazier to the left, Sullivan to the right side. Ian Demary now the tailback. Going to give it to Demary. Had a hole. It closed up quickly, but he was able to lower the shoulder. And Demary down to the 12-yard line. That offensive line really setting the tone early.
Yeah, and the big hole there was filled by the middle linebacker, Dylan Slava. When Ian Demary had a full head of steam, they collided. It was like two rams. You watch those old wildlife videos. And it was pretty much a stalemate. Demary's helmet did pop off, so he has to come out for a play. But it'll be 2nd down as the teams are sending in some extra beef on both sides. Carroll back in, and Jordan Gore, the 370-pound freshman from Campbell Memorial, will check in along the defensive line for Westminster. And I wouldn't want to have to try and block him, Mark. He's stout.
And that will be a challenge in the middle to face for this Wolverine offensive line. 2nd down coming up. Pfeiffer to throw it. Has time. Going to look for Frazier. Made the inside move. Caught the football. He got shoved out of bounds right near the 1-yard line. And they're going to spot him there. It's going to be 1st and goal, Grove City.
Excellent pass. Good route. Kevin Wright, that's great coverage. There's not much more he could do. He's all over him within the bounds of the rules. But just a well-thrown ball. And it's 1st and goal at the 1. Wolverines 4 cracks from 3 feet out to take the early lead.
Ian Demary, 7 touchdowns rushing. That puts him 2nd on the team behind Nico Flotty's 11. Both fullbacks in. Pfeiffer going to go under center. Tamburino in motion. Stretch handoff. Ian Demary looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Grove City. Big opening drive for the Wolverines, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
You don't know if somebody said something or was a little exuberant. It's going to be a personal foul on somebody. The touchdown's going to stand. The official coming over and explaining it to a rather disgusted Westminster head coach, Scott Benzel, who just saw the Wolverines. They'll get Nate Brady for personal foul. So now the kickoff will come from the 20, so that is going to be significant. But the Wolverines, an impressive drive. That drive at 16 plays, 73 yards, and it uses nearly 9 minutes.
Lambert to snap it. Bear Bay will hold. Sullivan, 42 of 46 on conversion tries so far this year. High snap. Bear Bay gets it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So a big opening drive by the Wolverines, capped off by an Ian Demary touchdown. It was 6:12 to play in the opening quarter. The Wolverines take a 7-0 lead. We're back after a quick break on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, carry car wash of Grove City. Try it in, try it out. It's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally loved.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, carry car wash of Grove City. Try it in, try it out. It's that easy.
Wolverines with an early 7-0 lead. And Ryan, if you would script an opening drive for the Wolverines, that would have been it.
Absolutely. You go 15 plays, 72 yards, establishing the line of scrimmage, establishing the ground game. And, it wasn't you take any touchdown you get, but this was just this was a message with a touchdown attached to it.
Sullivan to kick. You get a couple men back deep for Westminster. They're going to run up on this short kick, fielded at the 23. Across the 25, outside 30, cuts back 35. And going to be knocked down near the 35-yard line. You mentioned how good the Titans are in special teams coverage. They're even better in the special teams return game.
So many dangerous return men between whether it punts or kickoffs, blocking kicks, etc. And a good job of the coverage unit. It's good field position, but you figure if you kick off from the 20, 15 yards further back, a touchback would put it to 25, and 15 to be 40, so 36, 4 yards shy of it. Wolverines were a little bit able to negate the personal foul on the touchdown.
So it's Billy Levac, the junior, 429 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, does have 1 rushing, gets the start. He'll take the snap, play action, drop to throw. Going to take a shot downfield, and that pass just a bit overthrown. Shea Aiken in coverage, stride for stride, down the sidelines.
Jalen Washington, the senior out of Orlando, the intended receiver, but Shea Aiken, what a fine year he has had. A guy that's done a little bit of everything in his career. It's kind of like in baseball. You see that a guy who's a utility guy, playing a bunch of positions, then he finds a home. That's Shea Aiken finding a home at strong safety.
Second down and 10. Just under 6 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Going to move the tight end strong to the right side. Levac under center. He'll hand the football off for the first time this afternoon. That's Ryan Gomes, the grad student out of Tampa, Florida. Give him a couple. It's going to be second down and 8.
Gomes that time on the you don't see it very often anymore, but the backside guard pulling an old power off tackle. That's something you would have saw 20, 30 years ago. And Grove City defending it well. It'll be third down and 8. But Gomes, very good running back. What a career he's had here at Westminster. PAC Offensive Player of the Year a couple of years ago. He is a dynamic threat, not only running the ball, but here even on 3rd and 8 coming out of the backfield.
Twins right and left for Westminster. Levac out of the pistol. Gomes is his tailback. Levac back to throw. Stands in the pocket. Goes underneath. Pass caught across midfield and down near the 48-yard line of Grove City. That's Jalen Washington on the reception, his 28th catch of the year.
Yeah, good job, Levac, the lefty sitting in there. He had time. Good job by the offensive line to give him that time. And Westminster converting on 3rd and 8. And now across midfield to the Grove City 48, but all because of the protection of that front 5.
Going to be 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Levac takes the looping high snap. Bladle's coming. He gets some pressure. Ball popped up in the air. Receiver able to still make the catch over the shoulder. And he gets knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be near the 25-yard line.
Cannon making the catch. Of course, he's been a versatile guy, two-way guy at times this year. They list him as a receiver and defensive back. Nice catch. Levac stood in there, took a big hit from Bryce Spolnick, but Levac able to throw that rainbow in there, drops in, and Westminster another first down to the 30.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Play action. Lefty stands in the pocket. Going to take a shot downfield, and that's going to be incomplete looking downfield. And the pass falls harmlessly to the turf, and it brings up a second down and 10.
Looking for Tate Beachy, the junior out of Moon. Again, with Beachy and Washington and Cannon, you really can't just focus on one guy in terms of we have to take away this guy, that he is, like you think of the Scott Frazier, or we saw last week with Case Western Reserve and Noah Coyne. Westminster guys, they all very... They all have their own strengths and so forth, but they complement each other very, very well.
Second down and 10 from the 30. Levac takes the snap, puts it in the belly of Gomes, trying to bounce to the outside. He's going to be pulled down. Jack Jolly at the point of attack right at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Westminster.
A time running to the strong side. They used Nate Wadsworth, who's the backup tight end. He's a converted lineman. He played offensive line at Grove City High School, came here as a defensive end, but he wears number 0. He's effectively a 6th lineman. And then Alex Shaughnessy, the starting tight end, was a wing. They ran that play. They brought the backside guard, Howard, around as well. But Wolverines able to diagnose it. Jack Jolly, that great speed, left going east-west, able to cut off Gomes, putting Westminster 3rd and 10.
Levac takes another looping snap, going to throw it underneath, and it went through the hands of his intended target, Jalen Washington, and it brings up a 4th down and long.
And they're going to, that's the punt team, but Sean O'Shea, who is the punter, or listener, he's out there to punt. He's also a quarterback. They have everybody spread out here. I'm not sure what we're going to see here, if anything. Grove City's going to take a timeout because I think Wolverines are caught a little bit off guard. Yeah, this is it's no man's land for Westminster, Mark. 3rd and 10, or 4th and 10 now at the 30. It's too far for the field goal. And they ran O'Shea out there. He's also the holder, but he's played some quarterback. He's been a goal line quarterback. He's somebody to be alert to. I know you have in your notes, long field goal of the year is 35 yards. Well, from here it's 47. On a day like this, a cooler, damp day, the ball's not going to travel as far either. If his career long was 43, 44, maybe you take a shot. But in this case, they come out, and if nothing else for Westminster, you've made Grove City use a timeout. Now, Westminster may come out here in a conventional set. They may run. We'll see what they do. But nothing else. They gave Grove City a look that the Wolverines weren't expecting. Maybe they come back to it later. Maybe I'm sure they have more than just one option off of it. It's not just a window dressing situation. They do have some things in line, and they will stay with that. They have 3 guys on either side with 3 guys in the middle. Now O'Shea is back. He's 11 yards deep.
Definitely a unique formation here on 4th down and 10. You put a receiver in motion. Snap back to the punter / quarterback who was looking to throw, broke away from initial tackle, still looking downfield, and Jack Jolly's going to pull him down in the backfield. The trick play does not work, and the Wolverines will take over the football.
Jolly says the tricks ended at Halloween. And Jack Jolly able to track him down. O'Shea did a good job of getting away from Ben Blado, but that's a heck of a thing. You're able to get away from Blado, and here comes number 8 at you, and Jack Jolly drops him for a loss of 3. Westminster was a nice drive, but, the drop on 3rd down, that was a catchable ball for Washington, and now they go to the trick play on 4th down, 4th and 10 at the 30. It results in a loss of yardage, and Grove City gets it back here with a 7-0 lead.
We see Ryan Lenhart for the first time this afternoon setting up in a slot to the right side with Nico Flotti at the tailback spot. Going to run the ball with Flotti on a 1st down. Had a little crease that he was able to find his way through and worked his way down to about the 39-yard line. That reminded me of a comment Coach made earlier in the year. How does he find those little gaps and get through? He just does find a way.
He does, and a concern here now as Dalton Force, starting left tackle, he's going to need some assistance to the sideline, not putting a lot of support on one of his legs. Looks like it may be I'm not sure. He may have been rolled up on. He will be helped over. Now Nathan Trainer will check in at tackle. Now whether Trainer goes to the left side or Luke Jolly flips from right to left, we'll see what the Wolverines do. But already down Dylan Lane today, who in effect would be the number 3 tackle. He would kick out from right guard. So Grove City does have good depth up front, but that depth being tested here in the first quarter.
3.5 minutes to play in that first quarter.
Trainer's made one start in his career. It was 2 years ago as a freshman against Westminster.
So he is familiar with the opponent. 2nd down and 4. Play clock rolling down under 10 seconds now at 5. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Nico Flotti. Flotti lowers the shoulder, continues to drive, looking for that 1st down. Second effort's going to get him awfully close. They're going to give him the 1st down, and they'll move the sticks.
A couple of times where Flatty's been able to break tackles at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Last time he turned a 2-yard loss into a 2-yard gain. That time he turned no gain into enough yardage for the 1st down out to the 43-yard line. And Nico Flatty, just such a tough runner. For Westminster, has to be very frustrating. You're getting to him early, but you're not getting him down.
Flotti, 11 carries already in the opening quarter, has season high of 31 for the senior. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives it to Demiri, who is in, and Demiri is going to fall forward for a short gain of just about 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. And Demiri going to head to the sidelines. Nico Flotti will check back in.
And Westminster mixing and matching. They bring in Aiden Fletcher, a freshman linebacker. As Grove City goes back to its base personnel.
Under 2 minutes to play in this opening quarter.
But last play, Westminster, essentially they were in a 6-man front. They had your 4-down linemen, and then both linebackers essentially like right over where the tight end would be, like the old 6-1 defense.
Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Nico Flotti. Flotti continuing to drive that line of scrimmage down to the 48-yard line. Going to set up a third down. Grove City already 2 of 3 in this opening quarter on third down.
On third down, Westminster brings in Deshaun Vaughn and Caetano West, a couple of additional defensive backs. Wolverines with 4 receivers, but let's see if the Wolverines elect to run here on 3rd and 6 against what would be a dime package defensively.
Twins to each side. Flotty is the tailback, a yard deep behind Logan Pfeiffer. Play clock at 10 seconds. Pfeiffer to throw. Has time. Puts it right on the number 3 of Scott Frazier, and that's going to be good enough for a Wolverine first down. Now 3 of 4, converting third downs.
And Kevin Wright is shadowing Frazier wherever he goes, and Wright is covering him very well. But Frazier, he's a big frame, just got inside him a little bit. You know, we hear when Chris Birch loves the analogy at the home games, posting up. That's what he did. Got position, boxed him out inside, and Pfeiffer just threw it right there, hit him right, essentially right in the solar plexus. If he doesn't catch it, the Wolverines another first down.
They will shuffle the offensive line on 1st and 10. Play clock now approaching 12 seconds. The game clock is under 30 seconds. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Ian Demiri. Demiri lowers the shoulder, spins off that tackle across the 45 and down to the 44-yard line. Able to get just that extra yardage spinning off the tackle. Always good to see a running back fall forward.
And you think about over the course of a game when a back is able to do that and get that extra yard or an extra 2 yards over the course of 10, 15 carries, that's a first down, maybe 2 first downs as we are reaching the end of quarter number 1 here in New Wilmington.
After 1, it is Grove City 7, Westminster 0. You're listening to the Wolverine Sports Network.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
Wolf?
Oh, a wolf. Ooh!
What about the tiny dog? Cat. Owl. Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale.
Whale. So.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Ready to begin quarter number 2 here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Mark Means, Ryan Briggs, and Ryan, 17 rushing attempts by the Wolverines in that first quarter.
Yeah, definitely old school here, but Grove City and Westminster, it's an old school rivalry, and the Wolverines so far through 1 quarter, running the ball, stopping the run, 72 rushing yards, Westminster -1, granted, long way to go, but the Wolverine ground game looking pretty good as we start the second. The Wolverines now going right to left.
So it'll be Frazier out to the right side. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives it to Nico Flotty, trying to follow his blockers that way, and Flotty this time is going to be stood up, pushed back for about a yard loss. This will bring up third down and long for the Wolverines.
Nice job by the defensive lineman, Gene Gary Joseph, 6 feet, 255, a senior. He's thick, he's stout, but he's very mobile, very active as well up front, and he did a good job of blowing up that play and putting Grove City in a 3rd and long.
The Miami native, second on the team in tackles, coming into play tonight with 55. Single receiver to the right, trips to the left. Flotty is the tailback behind Logan Pfeiffer. Play clock at 10 seconds on this 3rd down and 9. Pfeiffer to throw it. Stands in the pocket. Going to fire the deep out. Looking for Frazier, who broke free from the defender. Made the catch, kept the foot in bounds. Continues to push the pile, and he's all the way down near the 10-yard line. Scott Frazier showing off the footwork and the hands on one play.
And Logan Pfeiffer putting that in a perfect spot, dropping it right in the hole of the zone. Frazier the catch, and then additional yardage down to about the 11-yard line. I was watching over the middle. Ryan Lenhart was going on a slant, took a shot from the middle linebacker, Dylan Sleva, and noticed that, and then Frazier popping open. But certainly Westminster being physical defensively with the receivers, but that time Frazier open. It's 1st and 10. From just outside the 10.
2 receivers, right, 1 to the left side. That's Frazier. Pfeiffer pulls the ball down, fires downfield. Sullivan makes the catch and spins his way to about the 7 yard line. And that is Sullivan's first catch of the evening.
And a nice change up there by the Wolverines. You're thinking, oh, run. And all of a sudden you go to Sullivan, who has not been the primary target today. Just keeping Westminster, keep them honest. And it'll be second down and coming up about 6 here after that short gain.
Sullivan's 24th catch for just about 400 yards. He has also added 3 touchdowns.
Leads the team in scoring, leads the PAC in scoring, 81 points.
Eifert takes the step, gives the ball to Nico Flotti. Step to the right, now cut back right up the hash marks. And Nico Flotti is going to be close to that first down marker. We'll have to wait on the official spot. Ball came loose. Flotti was down.
And he's still a little slow to get up. And he went back down again. He slammed the turf with his hand. He got up, and now he's on all fours. And this is... does not look good.
Flotti down on the turf with 12:37 to play here in the first half of action, and the training staff of the Wolverines there to take a look at him.
Yeah, and of course, Nico, freshman year had the lower leg injury and ended up, coming back from that. He's had such a great senior season, and just not sure what happened. Just in the play again, when you have 16 guys all piled in together like that, and Flatty running so hard. He started to get up and then went back down. He's on all fours right now, and see the training staff out there, the coaches, even Westminster coach Scott Benzel going out there to check too, because what that is, it's a symbol of the respect in this rivalry. We talked with Coach DiDonato, in the pregame, just the respect between the staffs and stuff, and right there, because obviously you have an all PAC, an all region caliber running back. You're one of the top offensive players in the league down, and it's a tough sight right now. No other way to put it, and you hope that it's not as bad as it might look. Again, he was up and then went back down, and he was on all fours. But you see, the entire Wolverine offense kind of gathered around him there. Coach DiDonato out, Jeff Matthews, assistant coach who works with the offensive backfield. Athletic trainer Rick Hawk is out there as well. Right now Nico's still down. He is, he's on his stomach right now. So, Mark, we want to take a look at the PAC scoreboard while we have a moment as they continue to tend to Nico. Geneva on top of Waynesburg, 7-0 in the first quarter. Both those teams, winner of that one gets to 5-5. So a lot certainly in that one. Westminster, W&J leading Allegheny 14-0, 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Let's see, Bethany and Teal. That was a 1:00 kick, and it is Teal leading 12-7 with 3:19 to go in the third. CMU and Case Western Reserve. That's a 1:30 kickoff today here in Cleveland. So, update as well. Grove City women's soccer team today, Mark, NCAA tournament. Fell to Misericordia today, 3-1. So the Wolverines conclude an outstanding season with a 3-1 record. Now, Nico flies up and getting an ovation, but he's going to need some help to the sideline here as Wolverines off third and short coming up. Grove City men's basketball. Wolverines at home today in the Grove City College Arena, trailing Fredonia State 30-21 with about 5 minutes to go in the first half of that one. As Nico's going to be helped to the far sideline, and again, you hope that it's not as bad as it looks, because it's such a great career. Number 3 all-time leading rusher, came back from the serious injury as a freshman. Now here in the regular season finale of his senior year, injured on a really just kind of a play that we've seen him run hundreds and hundreds of times, and so it'll be Ian DeMary likely taking on the yoke of responsibility here. It'll be third down and short for the Wolverines.
So third down and 1. DeMary now in the backfield. Frazier, the single receiver, split off to the right side. Burnett and Tamburino, both fullbacks in the backfield. Pfeiffer under center, sends him in motion, and to give the ball to DeMary. And Demiri is going to be stood up and pushed back for a little bit of a loss, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Slava on the stop, but actually it's going to be a loss, it looks like. They're going to move it back maybe half a yard, a full yard to the 4, and the Wolverines will keep the offense out there.
So they will forego the field goal attempt from Daniel Sullivan. Now both Burnett and Tamburino set up as fullbacks to the right side. Piper has Demiri with him in the backfield. They give the ball to Demiri, trying to bounce to the outside. He'll walk into the end zone untouched to the right side for the rushing touchdown, his 8th of the year.
Wolverines cross him up on 4th and about 2 from the 4. They have the heavy package in, but then go shotgun. And Demiri, we often think of him as running between the tackles. He goes outside, an outside run, and is able to take it in for the touchdown. And it's 13-0. Another impressive drive for the Wolverines.
So it'll be Daniel Sullivan on for the extra point, 43 of 47 on the season for the first-year kicker. Lambert to snap it. Bear Bay will hold. High snap. Bear Bay gets it down. Sullivan's extra point is up. It's no good. So Sullivan unable to convert the extra point. And with 11:28 to go here in the first half, the Wolverine lead is 13-0.
Yeah, and of course you start thinking about with the a couple of injuries up front, and again it affects the extra point team. Different guys in and out, and again Sullivan just pushed it, but that's something as this game goes on. You're not only on the offensive line where you're moving guys around, but now on the PAT extra point team, you're having to maneuver guys around as well. And the Wolverines, they have depth, but as I say, there's a reason that guys are starters, and they've had being down a couple starters coming into the game, and then with losing Dalton Four earlier, and then of course Nico Flatty at the running back position, starting to be of significant concern for the Wolverines, but they have a 13-0 lead here in the second quarter.
And we have seen a lot of different backs throughout the first 9 games get some carries behind Flatty and Demiri.
Yeah, and so this may be a case now where Chase Rankin or Eli Jones, who they granted their carries came in when the Wolverines were up comfortably. Now here, where they're up but certainly not comfortably, they may be pressed into some duty with some extremely high stakes.
Sullivan's kick fielded at the 12, across the 15 to the 20. And going to be knocked down shy of the 25-yard line. That kick was up in the air for a long time. It gave the return team a chance to get down, get in their lanes, and make a tackle.
Oftentimes we think about hang time with punts, but kickoffs, it's very important too. And as you said, allowed the kick unit to get down there. Guys like Brock Belmont, Keegan Frazier, Seth Rosenberry, guys who are stalwarts of that kick team. And Westminster taking over at the 25-yard line.
Billy Levac got the start last week for Ty McGowan. He remains in there at the quarterback spot. He'll take the snap, pull it down, look right, now comes back to the other side of the field. And the pass is going to be dropped by Washington, and a flag came in at the end of the play.
It's going to be ineligible man downfield as one of the Westminster linemen, that is Dante Compagni. He was at the 30-yard line. They give you 3 yards in college, but he was 5 yards up the field, and the Wolverines are going to decline the penalty and make it 2nd and 10. But that time, Levac, he was a lot of fancy footwork and maneuvering back there, ended up, and then by the time he spun back around, it passed a little bit errant to Washington. So penalty declined. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Taking the snap, dropping back to throw. And running it downfield, that is Ty McGowan, who is now in there, number 6.
Yeah, McGowan in that time, also a lefty. So forgot that he was a lefty, Mark. But coming off, and able to get upfield, Kobe Bonanno hustling downfield to bring him down, but McGowan using the legs. So, maybe looking for, just a change of pace here on this drive. It's Westminster trailing 13-0. But obviously, for Westminster, this is every third down is important, but you don't want to go 3 and out and get this Grove City offense back on the field. The Westminster defense has been out there the bulk of the afternoon.
McGowan takes the looping snap, drops to throw, stands in the pocket, fires underneath. Pass going to be caught for a first down across the 40 and down to the 43-yard line. Washington held on to that one and moved the chains for a Westminster first down.
Well-placed ball by McGowan. Caleb Brubaker was about 2 inches away from getting a finger on it, but did not. Washington makes the catch, and Westminster converts. And a chance to let the Westminster defense rest over there and make some adjustments because, as we said, the Wolverines have had a couple of consuming drives.
McGowan back to throw, going to fire this downfield, and it floats over the head of his intended receiver, Jalen Washington. It had got a little bit of separation on the defender. We got a flag down to the field.
Yeah, offsides. Wolverines either lined up, looks like they lined up offsides that time. It'll be a 5-yard mark off, and it'll give Westminster 1st and 5. If you look at time of possession so far, Wolverines have had it for nearly 16 minutes. And for Westminster, it's about 3.5 minutes.
So 1st and 5 coming up as we are at the 10:02 mark of this first half of action.
You had to reveal my math didn't quite add up to 20 minutes, but the principle remains the same.
So 2 receivers to the left, wing to the left, 1 to the right side. McGowan takes another high snap. Lefty turns the hips, hits as he throws, and the pass is going to be caught. That's a first down across the 40. And down near the 37-yard line, that'll be another first down for Westminster.
Bright Cannon making the catch, and these Westminster receivers, Washington, Cannon, Beachy, none of them are physically imposing. They're not 6'3", 6'4", but they catch the ball. They can make things happen. They have good north-south speed, but also very shifty, very quick. And we saw that with Cannon there. He would make the catch and get some additional yardage.
1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right side. Wolverines showing pressure. Flag comes out again. McGowan on the run, hit as he throws, and that pass will fall incomplete.
And it was Ben Bladel that time into the neutral zone, trying to guess the start or the snap count against his old high school teammate McGowan out of Moon High School. And that time McGowan had the extra hut in there, and it'll be a 5-yard mark off and 1st and 5 again for Westminster. But now McGowan out, and it looks like it's going to be, let's see, who's going to be a quarterback? Sean O'Shea is going to come in now.
Lots of changes in this offensive formation now.
Play clock's at 12, and they're still in the huddle.
They will sprint to the sidelines. So O'Shea now at the quarterback spot. He is going to give it on the read to his running back, who is dragged down from behind.
That was Clayton Cannon on the run. Caleb Brubaker tracking him down. So really almost like a line change in hockey. Sending in the new quarterback, new running back. And O'Shea's going to stay in there for the 2nd and 1 play. Westminster, last year we saw them in week 1. They were, admittedly very vanilla. They have not been vanilla today at all. They've been Neapolitan with the sprinkles and the syrup and everything on them.
Done a little bit of everything so far in this first quarter. Freshman O'Shea takes the snap. He's going to run the football. Trying to get to the edge. He spun off 1 tackle and dove forward. Has the first down yardage inside the 25-yard line.
And they have the packages for the different quarterbacks, and everybody kind of knows their role, their specialty, and good job by O'Shea. It was nothing fancy. It was snap, go right, essentially quarterback power. Had Wadsworth leading the way, and first down for Westminster. And very nice drive for the Titans here. Looking to answer as Grove City has taken the 13-0 lead.
O'Shea, 6 foot, 185-pound freshman out of Cranberry Township, Seneca Valley High School. Webb trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. That's Alex Shaughnessy, the grad student, to the right side. O'Shea takes the snap. He'll throw it for the first time. Stands in the pocket, looking downfield. Now comes back to the right side. He's going to run the football across the 20, 15, and he'll stumble down near the 10-yard line. That's going to be another first down at the 11.
Yeah, Jolly got a piece of him, knocked him off balance, but Shea able to fight forward for a few more yards. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Now we see O'Shea coming out, and looks like McGowan coming back in now. So 1st and 10 at the 11. Westminster, just shuffling guys in and out. Used 3 quarterbacks so far in a quarter and a half.
McGowan has rushed for 154 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. Trips left, single receiver right side. Gomes is the tailback. McGowan to throw. Flag flies. Receiver makes the catch, drifting back near the 10, and he'll get hammered out of bounds near the 5-yard line, but a flag back at the 15 in the area of holding.
I think they're going to get Compagni for holding Ben Bladel. Be a 10-yard mark off, and Compagni trying to plead his case, but nobody will listen to him. It'll be first down and 20 now, and
that is a big tackle at 6'3" and 300 pounds out of 84, Pennsylvania. We've driven through there a few times over the years.
Yeah, down on the way towards W&J. He went to Ringgold High School, home of the alma mater of one Joe Montana.
Trips to the left. McGowan takes the snap, stands in the pocket, going to fire downfield into triple coverage. And that pass off the hands of the intended target and incomplete. McGowan showed nice touch to float that pass in there, but he couldn't grab it.
It was a good pass. He threw it a little bit off his back foot. As he felt Ben Bladel coming through. Bladel got past the tackle, Compagni, and then the running back, Gomes, was trying to slow him down too. McGowan off his back foot, but a very accurate pass in spite of maybe not having his feet under him, but will be second down.
So second down. Ball at the 21-yard line. Two receivers left, one to the right side. Single back is to the left of the quarterback, McGowan. Put a man in motion from right to left. McGowan looking to throw. Going to look for the back corner of the end zone, and that pass is going to be too tall and incomplete for the 6-foot Jalen Washington. It'll bring up third down.
Good coverage downfield. As that time they're going for the whole bundle. That's one thing. When you get the ball further downfield, inside the 25, there's less room with which to work. The defense does not have to. And granted, still the defense is defending 31 yards here with the ball at the 21, 10 yards of the end zone, but it's tougher to those deep routes. You just can't get as deep. Can't get as much separation.
So third down and long now for the Titans. Two receivers right, two to the left side. Running back is to the left of the quarterback, Ty McGowan. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket. Lefty swings it out to Gomes in the flat across the 20. Try to stutter step outside. Two Wolverines there to make the play and pull him down inbounds, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Good job by Noah Wheeler out there, and then Caleb Brubaker came to finish him off. Gomes, anytime he has the ball out in open space, you hold your breath if you're on the other side. But a good job. Wheeler broke down, made the tackle. Brubaker finished him off, and the field goal unit will come out now for what would be a career-long 35-yarder for Andrew Carana.
Carana is 4 for 5 on the season. This will match his career high of 35. Snap down, kick on the way, has the distance, and it is good. So Westminster on the board for the first time here this afternoon at the 5:47 mark and cuts the Grove City lead down to 10 at 13-3.
But if you're the Wolverines, you take it. You figure it's going to be first and 10 at the 11. Westminster had had some momentum, had the good feeling going. The holding penalty put them behind the sticks and forcing the field goal. If you're Westminster, you feel good, but you don't like, boy, should have got 6 there, should have got 7. So I think all in all, the Wolverines certainly will take it after giving up a very nice and a very varied drive from Westminster. A lot of guys involved. Multiple quarterbacks, multiple ball carriers, and pass catchers, utilizing the personnel very well. Grove City was on the ropes a little bit that drive, but the Wolverines able to regain or were able to maintain this double-digit lead by limiting the Titans to the field goal.
And, something has to be said for as many substitutions as they made. It was all done smoothly.
Yeah. Obviously, Week 10, they're used to this, and they know whatever their terminology is. I'm sure each package has a code word, whether it's, alpha, beta, whatever you call it. They say, we're going with this. They run them out there, and it's like you said, they do it very smoothly.
Grove City drops 2 men back deep around the 10-yard line for the kick. It'll be Dominic Danino going to bring this back across the 5, 10, 15 to the 20, and he'll dive down near the 25-yard line. And that's where the Wolverines will have the football with 5:41 to play in this first half and a pair of timeouts remaining. Been a bit of a overcast and A little chilly, 47 degrees as we play in the second quarter, but it's week 11 of the season.
Absolutely. It's mid-November.
So Ian Demiri going to remain at the tailback spot. Single receivers to each side of the formation. Demiri going to get the handoff. Demiri squares up the shoulders and continues to push the pile after contact. And to see where they'll spot this football, looks like it might be around the 31-yard line. A good second effort by Demiri.
Yeah, good, tough running there. He hit, kept the legs moving, got a little bit of help, and ended up just slams forward and turned, again, we talked about getting those extra 2 yards. That turned a 2-yard gain into a 4.5, 5-yard gain.
Second down and 5 minutes to go here into the first half. 13-3, Grove City leading Westminster. Pfeiffer has Demiri behind him. Demiri's going to get a handoff again. And this time he ain't going to be bottled up after just about a gain of 1. And this will bring up 3rd down and 4 for Grove City, who's already now faced 3rd down 6 times. They've converted 4 of those 6. So it'll be a single receiver to the right, trips to the left. Demiri is the tailback, 2 yards behind Logan Pfeiffer. They'll check with the sidelines. Play clock, plenty of time. At 12 seconds as they turn back. Pfeiffer takes the snap, stands tall in the pocket, fires underneath. Heckathorn made the catch and was able to get just enough to move the first downs. Ryan Heckathorn, seems like almost every catch he makes is a first down.
Absolutely. We think back when we were kids when Buddy Ryan said about Chris Carter, all he does is catch touchdowns. It was meant to be somewhat derisive. Ryan Heckathorn, all he does is catch first downs. That's a compliment, certainly. And that catch there, getting the Wolverines out to the 36, a first down. He gets 5 on 3rd and 4.
His 19th reception of the year for the senior.
Number 7 all-time, by the way, Grove City in career receiving yards. What a great career he has had. Maybe a little bit under the radar because of guys such as Scott Frazier and so forth, but Ryan Heckathorn has been fabulous.
Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Ian Demiri. Try to bounce off that tackler who did a good job to spin him to the turf at the 35-yard line for a loss. Thought for a minute Ian was going to run him over, but he was able to hold on and pull him down.
Yeah, Ricky Cooper, single-leg takedown. Wrestling practice started in Pennsylvania high schools yesterday, and Cooper doing a nice job. He doesn't get 2 points, but it is a 1-yard loss.
Another tackle adding to his total for the year for the Port St. Lucie, Florida native. Second down and 11 for Grove City. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Tamburino in motion will settle into the backfield. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He'll drop to throw. Stands in a pocket. Goes down for Heckathorn. Makes a catch across the 30. 25, 20, 15. Still on his feet inside the 10. 5, touchdown. So that time he didn't catch a first down. He caught a first down and a touchdown.
Heckathorn the catch and then the run. The big guy rumbling down the field. Made a nice move in the open, and Ryan Heckathorn, a career long on that one. That'll be 65 yards, and the Wolverines make it 19-3. Pfeiffer found his man running down the field against the zone, dropped it in there, and Heckathorn off to the races.
Heckathorn's 4th touchdown reception, Pfeiffer's 20th touchdown pass of the year. Sullivan on for the extra point. Lambert's snap is high. Barabay gets the snap down and able to convert the extra point and give a star to Daniel Barabay for being able to jump up out of his stance to pull that down.
Yeah, Daniel Barabay has had a terrific senior season in punting, holding, and you think of a play like that. We how many times over the years with Grove City, Westminster, we've seen it come down to a point or 2 points or so forth. If he doesn't handle that, extra point's probably no good. 19-3. Okay, if it's 19-3, it's a 2-score game, Mark. 20-3, it's a 3-score game. Again, we don't know how things are going to play out over the next 2+ quarters, but Westminster's not going to go quietly. But as things go on, that changes things. If Westminster's not, okay, we get a touchdown here, touchdown at 2, then we're within 8. Daniel Barabay making that play. That is a play that really can alter the course of the rest of the game for the strategy of both teams. So Westminster now knows they have to get the ball through the uprights or in the end zone one more time. Otherwise, if it's 19-3. So a play that probably won't go noticed, but a big play perhaps in the course of this game.
So Sullivan to kick. Grove City responds with a touchdown after Westminster got on the board with a 35-yard field goal. Sullivan's kick high and going to be fielded at the 14. Across the 20, outside to the 25-yard line. Going to turn the corner, 30, 35, 40, and out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
Exactly what Westminster needed. Titans have 3 timeouts. We have the 2-minute timeout upcoming as well. And Westminster, having deferred the toss, has the option at the start of the second half. So Westminster thinking, get a score of some sort here and get the ball coming out second half. But a great run back out to the 47. And Cannon, who's had a very fine freshman year. We talked about him receiver. He's played some DB. He has made his biggest contributions in the kick return game. We saw it right there, taking the ball out close to midfield.
Ty McGowan, the junior, back in there at the quarterback spot. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 rushing touchdowns. He'll take the snap. Lefty drops back. He's got all kinds of pressure as he just dumps this one underneath. And that pass is going to be complete down to the 49-yard line. Gain of a couple, but he got out of bounds and stopped the clock with 2:26 to play in the half.
Now the clock will start again as we're outside of the 2-minute window. But finding Shaughnessy just sliding into the flat. Shea Aitken, a rare blitz from the safety position. He got on McGowan in a hurry. Wolverines don't blitz a lot from the secondary, but that time with the formation, Aitken close to the line of scrimmage.
And the receiver here on the right side, just a little bit leaning forward in his stance, and the flag came out.
Yeah, the cannon fired early that time. You shake your head. You should shake the head up and down, not left and right, Mark. That was pretty funny, I thought. So
you never know what's going to happen on a fall Saturday afternoon when we get together.
But Cannon, obviously, you just the head start now 5-yard penalty, and now we've reached the 2-minute timeout.
2 minutes exactly to play in the first half, and Grove City with a 20-3 lead over Westminster. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
And we welcome you back as we reach the 2-minute timeout here on the Wolverine Sports Network. And it is a second down and long coming up for Westminster. McGowan to throw, goes downfield. That pass is going to be dropped in incomplete, and the receivers have not helped out the quarterbacks this afternoon.
No, they haven't. Cannon with the drop. Washington's dropped a couple there, and if he makes that catch, Jason mentions there to make the tackle, but it would be probably 3rd and 7 or thereabouts. 3rd and 12 is considerably different. 3rd and 13 after the penalty and whatnot. But as you said, the drops. And that's, again, you say, well, it would have been 5 yards, but, it's a big 5 yards. 3rd and 13 as opposed to 3rd and 8.
Trips to the right. Now receiver from the slot goes in motion, so it's twins to each side. McGowan drops to throw. Hit as he throws, and that pass drifts away from Cannon and incomplete at the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and long.
Good job of the Wolverines in the middle with Karcheski and Bonanno pushing in Blado and Spolnick from the opposite sides, and it'll be 4th down upcoming, and Westminster will have to punt away the football. And remember, Grove City with 2 timeouts still at its disposal.
So Craig Sonson is the punter, averaging about 34 yards a kick with a long of 53 on the season. It's like Dominic Danilo back to return the punt. Snap right back to him, no rush, and he'll get this wobbly kick away. It's going to hit and take a Westminster roll inside the 25. And that's going to roll down to about the 21-yard line. So Grove City will have a pair of timeouts and 1:39 left on this first half clock.
If you're thinking in terms of field goal, if you get to the 25, 26-yard line, you're certainly in Sullivan's range. But you have the 2 timeouts. But important here to get the first down. And remember, on the other side, Westminster, 3 timeouts. Titans are thinking, you know what, hey, let's get a stop here, force a punt. Maybe they come after the punt. You have the dangerous return guys such as Cannon back there. If nothing else, if you're Grove City here, get a first down. You'd love to get more points. You obviously want more, always will take more points. But here, get a first down. At minimum, you'll go to the locker room up 20-3.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Frazier. Demiri's the tailback. Ian's going to get the handoff. Try to swing it to the outside as he'll get down to the 25-yard line. He's going to pick up about 2.5, 3 yards. And bring up a second down and 7.
And with that play call, then you put the pressure on Westminster. Do you want to take a timeout or not? And Westminster's electing not to.
Play clock now at 22 seconds. Single receiver to the right, 2 to the left side. Ian Demiri is the tailback. Down to 1:06, clock rolling here in the first half. Grove City with the 20-3 lead. Play clock now down to 5 seconds. Tamburino in motion, settles into the backfield. Pfeiffer going to give the ball to Ian Demiri. And Demiri continues to drive the pile forward down to the 30-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and just about 2 yards to go for the Wolverines.
And by getting a nice gain there to 3rd and 2, again, if Westminster takes a timeout here, that could be to Grove City's benefit. So Grove City really has Westminster kind of behind an 8 ball a little bit. Wolverines can go at the tempo they want to go at. And 3rd and 2. And again, first down here would pretty much close out the first half.
Wolverines 5 of 7 converting 3rd downs here in the first half, facing a 3rd down and 2. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left side. Demiri's the tailback, 2 yards behind Logan Pfeiffer. Demiri got to get the handoff again, and this time got stood up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It's going to be 4th down as they unpile, and the clock will be stopped with 14 seconds to go in the half.
And Westminster now will take the timeout, and Grove City will have to punt away the football. And you have to think that Westminster's going to bring the house here. You send 10, and the guess would be they'll have Cannon deep and have 10 come after him and let Cannon get what he can get and hope to come out with good field position, take a shot to the end zone here if you don't get the block. So certainly going to be imperative on the Grove City punt team here, although we still see the offense gathered around. Wonder if perhaps maybe it's a chance here they come out, try to draw them off sides, and then call a timeout.
Their special teams unit, they have returned 4 punts for touchdowns. They've blocked 2 punts and returned them for touchdowns. So their punt unit has been very good this year.
Yeah, and again, we still see the Wolverine offense there, although Derek Lambert, the long snapper, is coming out, and he's going to run back to the sideline. The offense is staying out there. It's the heavy package. Brock Carroll is in both fullbacks. The 4th and 2 at the 30.
Offense remaining out on the field. Demiri, the tailback. Pfeiffer, the quarterback. Frazier, single receiver. Split on the numbers to the right side. Play clock at 17 seconds.
On that end of the clock, it was 1.4 mark, not 14.
So they just took the knee and ran the clock out.
Yeah, so that was, okay then. Well, that changed the strategy then. That was no wonder the offense was out there. But, we were fooled by the scoreboard here, the tenths of seconds. Really old school where you don't have tenths of seconds in football. But either way, good first half for the Wolverines here on the road. Certainly, the The specter of a couple of injuries, one seemingly serious to Nico Flatty, which certainly casts a pall on the first half. But 20-3 here at the break. Wolverines one half away from wrapping up at least a share of the conference title and good chance of an NCAA playoff berth. But still a lot of work yet to do.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot more things to do for the Wolverines.
Coming up at halftime, we'll, of course, have a recap, scoring and stats. We'll look around the PAC scoreboard. But first, coming out of the break, we'll have a very special guest. Athletic Director Todd Gibson is here. And we'll chat with Coach Gibson for a few minutes, catch up on Wolverine sports. That'll be coming up in our first halftime segment, Mark.
All right, we will take a break. We will come back. Halftime, Grove City 20, Westminster 3 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the news. This morning, we are saluting the 2.2 million women who have joined in the war effort. They now make up 37% of the workforce, changing their role forever.
The prestigious Harvard Medical School is breaking ground today, opening its doors to new female applicants.
Today, little girls all over the world look to the sky, where the first woman is now in space.
Military stereotypes are challenged today with the trailblazing promotion of a U.S. female officer to 4-star general. It was just announced that the vast majority of last year's doctorate degrees were earned by women.
We've come so far, but our news is changing for the worse. More women die from heart disease and stroke than men, even though it can be prevented. Make a change at goredforwomen.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work. There's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We are back here at halftime on the Wolverine Sports Network. Mark Means taking a little bit of a halftime break himself. Ryan Briggs here at Memorial Field in New Wilmington, the Grove City College football team leading Westminster 20-3 at the half. And we have a very special guest here joining us, a gentleman that we catch up with often at halftime during the season, but the way things have worked out this year, we haven't been able to catch up as much. But Athletic Director Todd Gibson joining us here at the break. Coach Gibson, thank you for joining us. Good to have you on here at the half.
Yeah, my pleasure, Ryan.
The Grove City College Athletic Department, of course, we're in the middle of crossover season, as you know, and everybody knows fall sports starting into the home stretch. Winter sports are in full go right now, but all in all, a pretty good fall for the Wolverines. Conference championship in women's soccer, some other outstanding performances. Football team certainly in the contention to get at least a share of the conference title. Some great individual performance as well. All in all, it's been an eventful fall.
Yeah, I think we've had a a great fall as far as our Grove City teams, and I think the level of play in the PAC has risen across all sports, and so when we've won championships and had great individual performances, I think they mean that much more. But also places where maybe we didn't win the championship, I think it speaks to there's so many good teams in the conference in every sport where you really have to battle to do it. So we're really proud of what we've done so far, and hopefully we can continue finish up strong in football and hopefully keep the fall season going strong.
And you look at, I think perhaps the sport that best demonstrates that depth, the men's cross country championships a couple weeks ago, top 5 teams separated by 10 points. I know you, of course, you're very familiar with all sports. You coach tracks, you understand the similar scoring. I mean, 10 points to separate 5 teams. That's like a baseball pennant race having 4 teams separated by a game.
Well, I was at the meet watching with my good friend Van Zanuck, the athletic director from Geneva, and he and I were sort of like trying to do calculus to count the runners and figure out who was winning and who was in second and third and fourth, and it was really tough to do because it was that close. And cross country is a sport that, if you're not familiar with it, such a team sport in those championship meets, because as important as who your first finisher is across the line, your 7th finisher is so important because of who they displace from other teams, but also the 6th and 7th place runners for other teams can help you. So it was it's hard to put into perspective or think of what the equal comparison would be in other sports. But if you can think of the tightest game possible, maybe a 1-point game in overtime, that's what 5 teams being separated by 10 points is like in a cross-country meet.
And speaking of cross-country, how about the women today at the NCAA Mid-Atlantic Regional, taking 4th overall, so certainly in contention for an NCAA championships invitation. But I think they have like a wild card or at-large, I guess, invitations that we'll learn more about in the next couple of days. Lydia Bennett finishing 2nd overall. Grace Smith 26th. Ella Lyle 30. They were all region. I would have to think that at minimum Lydia is going to go as an individual qualifier, finishing 2nd. What a great day for the women out at Lock Haven.
What a great year for both cross-country teams. But today, Lydia finishing 2nd and finishing 2nd to Claire Anderson from W&J, who's a tremendous runner, and they've gone back and forth.
And illustrates your point about the PAC.
But it just shows the PAC. What a great, when you look at the runners from the schools that were right behind them, it's the elite of cross-country in America. And so what a great showing by Lydia and all of our girls' team. And now we're kind of waiting to see the last time we got an at-large invitation to the NCAA championships, our team had finished 4th in regionals. So we'll see how things play out this week, but certainly Lydia's on her way, and we couldn't be more proud. And especially there was a coaching transition right before the season. So I want to give a lot of credit to certainly Jessica Cooper, who's our director of cross-country and track and field, but primarily Paul Collier, who is in his first year as our cross-country coach and has done just a tremendous job. The on-course results have been great, but the culture is strong, and really happy for him and so excited for the future of those programs.
And, of course, women's soccer team concluding the season today, NCAA tournament against Misericordia. Ended up on no score at the half, Misericordia winning 3-1. All 4 goals scored in about an 11-minute span. Great season for the women. They had a kind of a tough draw, taking on Misericordia, who was 17-1-3, went to the Final 8 a couple of years ago. Certainly quitting themselves very well, and another great season for Grove City women's soccer.
Oh, absolutely! What a model of consistency that program is, led by Melissa Lamy, our head coach, and Maggie Miller, our assistant coach. They've done just a tremendous job. Again, it's culture first, and because of that, they've attracted great players who continue to get better. Emma Herman is one of the best players in the country, and we've been glad to have her. But some of the other seniors, Britta and Courtney, there's so many, our goaltender. What a great season, and in the atmosphere. We're sitting here at Westminster, and we came out on top in the championship game here, but hats off to Westminster. A tremendous atmosphere here for the championship game, and a great game. The score was a 1-goal game, but it was what a great confrontation between certainly two rivals. But great atmosphere.
Yeah, you mentioned the rivalry here, and this is fun. Granted, Grove City having the lead at halftime, we enjoy that. But in terms of Grove City, Westminster, 14 miles apart. Whenever Grove City and Westminster play in anything, it's big, but especially when you have high stakes like today or last Saturday with women's soccer. This I know it's a strong rivalry, but I know there's a lot of respect between coaching staffs. I know you and your counterpart here, Jason Leonard. Certainly you've gotten to work with him the last handful of years. I know now Kevin Fenstermacher here at Westminster, somebody who has been a good friend for a long time. It's really what small college sports are all about.
Yeah, I think this rivalry is a great story because it was a great rivalry in like the 1960s. Then there was a long period of time because Westminster was NAIA and Grove City was NCAA Division III that the two teams didn't play in any sports. And then Westminster coming back in, it took a little bit maybe for it to heat up a little bit. And then I think, to be honest, there was a few-year period where it was kind of a rough, heated rivalry. And now I think we're at a point where certainly it's a heated rivalry and we want to beat them and they want to beat us. But we have a great deal of respect for all of their coaches and their administrators. And I think that there's mutual respect there. And the athletes, as you're seeing today, they play hard on the field. But it's great to have a rival that plays high-level sports literally right down the street. If we could just meet up and play at the premium outlets, that would be a great. We've got to build a dome or something there, and just start playing games there. We get a lot of attention.
Certainly would. But Coach Gibson, we appreciate you joining here. Thank you for everything you do for. I'll say from a sports info standpoint with Tyler Grupak, our new assistant, who's doing a fabulous job. I always have to give Tyler his flowers. He's running basketball today, and it seems like everything's going well. I've not gotten any calls or texts, so that's good. Either that or his phone's dead. I don't know. But thank you for your support of Mark and Chris and me with the broadcast. It means a lot to us, both personally and professionally. And we want you to know how much we appreciate it. You and of course the entire administration, Vince DeStacy, Vice President on the Information Technology side, our Board of Trustees, President Paul McNulty. Can't say thank you enough, but I'll say it again. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for what you and Mark do, and Chris certainly calling these games during the year, and hopefully we can finish strong here and have at least one more game to call in the next few weeks. And we're certainly expecting a great second half. We've been here enough times, and I've always we know how the Titans play at home.
Yes,
so. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be a great second half.
This one will not be over until the clock says 0-0-0-0 and the 7-man officiating crew is in the locker room changing their clothes.
Yes, that's been proven over time.
So, but hopefully the Wolverines can maintain this lead 20-3 at the break. We will take a break when we come back. Mark will rejoin me. We will recap the first half. We'll have stats and scoring. We'll look at the PAC scoreboard. All that and much, much more. Grove City leading Westminster at the intermission 20-3 on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Grove City College is a Christian college where you'll be challenged academically and nourished spiritually, where you can determine your calling and understand how to pursue it, and where you'll be a part of a community of purpose and principle. An excellent education is at the heart of the Grove City College experience, coupled with a commitment to faith and a mission to keep higher education affordable. I'm Grove City College President Paul McNulty, inviting you to visit gcc.edu to learn more.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey, there he is. How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for all of us. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Halftime here at Westminster College's Memorial Field. Grove City leading 20-3 over the Titans at halftime. Grove City in the first half, 220 yards of offense, 89 on the ground, 131 through the air, 220 yards on 36 plays. Westminster, 90 yards on 21 plays, 26 rushing yards, 64 passing yards. Grove City, Nico Flatty, 13 carries, 52 yards. Ian DeMary, 13 carries, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nico Flatty injured late in the first half and was helped off the field. The initial indication that we were getting is that he's probably not going to be back today, but it may not be as bad as it looked. It certainly didn't look good, and it's still significant, as Mark rejoined us, but it may not be a long-term injury. Now, granted, he's probably not coming back today, but again, I think you'd probably say doubtful at this point, but that's good news. I mean, good news that it is not going to be one of those, like we think back to his freshman year where he had the ankle, the injury. It was like a break and a dislocation. What we're hearing is that it is not of that level. Now, granted, it's still hurt, but it was encouraging news, certainly. But anyway, Flatty, 52 yards on 13 carries. Quarterback Logan Pfeiffer, 7 of 8, 131 yards and a touchdown. Scott Frazier, 4 catches, 57 yards. Ryan Heckathorn, 2 receptions for 70 yards. On the Westminster side, Ty McGowan, 6 of 14 for 64 yards, 2 catches each for Bright Cannon and Jalen Washington. Scoring recap in this one, Ian DeMary scored from a yard out with 6:12 to go in the first quarter to make it 7-0. DeMary, a 4-yard touchdown run at 11:28 of the second quarter. 13-0 after the PAT failed. Westminster cut the lead to 13-3. Andrew Carana, a 35-yard field goal at the 5:47 mark. But Grove City answers, 2:40 to go in the half. Ryan Heckathorn, career-long 65-yard touchdown pass from Logan Pfeiffer. Daniel Sullivan's PAT made it 20-3. That is our halftime score here. And Grove City, 11 first downs to 6. Time of possession, 20:44 to 9:16, the Grove City edge. And Mark, as we had Coach Gibson on, and I think he made the best point, though, at the end. We've seen a lot of these Grove City Westminster games here, especially here, that no lead, whoever has it, no lead is safe. There have been times where Westminster's had the big lead, Grove City's pulled it out at the end, and vice versa. 3 years ago here, last time Grove City played here, Grove City was up 20-0 in the second quarter, 20-7 at the half. Westminster went ahead 21-20, ended up back and forth. Westminster winning 33-32. We remember the Miracle Memorial Field here 5 years ago. And you go back, 20 some years. It's always comes down to the last, maybe even the last play of the game here. Grove City up, but a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. When when these two teams get together, it is definitely one that comes down to the final seconds. I can't believe that overtime game was 5 years ago now that we were in these same seats for.
Yes, we were down here, and just an incredible finish. Hopefully we don't need a fantastic finish like that today. But quickly looking at the PAC scoreboard as we're getting ready to start the third quarter. Geneva leading Waynesburg University 21-6 at the half. W&J, no surprise, leading Allegheny 35-0 at the half. Teal and Bethany at the intermission 24-10. Teal with the lead. Teal taking the long way to 24 points, 4 touchdowns, and no conversions. CMU leads Case Western 17-7 with about 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. And that covers them all, right? Yeah, and then our game is 20-3. Men's basketball, Grove City is inched ahead of Fredonia State 54-53 with 8:43 to go in the second half. Chase Yarbrough, 19 points to lead the way for the Wolverines. 8 points for Jonah Bach. Well, what a start Jonah Bach's off to. 14-23 from three-point land this year coming in. 2 for 7 today, so he's cooled off a little. 16-30 right now, but still well over 50%. Wolverines looking to get to 2-2. Fredonia State, certainly a tough out. Getting ready to start the third quarter here. We know that both of these teams are tough outs, and a guy who's also a tough out, Mark Means, for the play-by-play.
Ready to begin this third quarter here this afternoon. Grove City with a 20-3 lead. Westminster winning the toss and deferring, so they will get the football to begin the third quarter. Grove City, 5 of 8 in that first half on third down, 2 of 3 on fourth down. Those are numbers that'll make a coaching staff happy.
Yes. Yes, certainly. The third down, again, you always say, well, third downs are important. Yes, they are, but it's such a stat that it's such a telling stat. And it's certainly been big so far.
Short kick going to be fielded by one of the up men at around the 35-yard line. And done with their toll when you're not used to handling the football. Make the catch and go down, and that'll be good field position for Westminster to begin this third quarter.
Yeah, Brock Koval, one of the up men, he's a sophomore out of Titusville. Little brother Jackson Koval finished up his career at Titusville as the all-time leading rusher at Titusville High School. Head coach at Titusville is Mike Reynolds, who was an all-PAC defensive end for Grove City back in the mid-'90s. But Koval, the fair catch. Westminster, good field position with the 35.
Ty McGowan is the quarterback beginning the third quarter. He will take the snap. He will pitch it to his running back. That's Gomes trying to turn the corner, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds after a first down gain. And Westminster getting a first down in their opening play of this second half. That is Demir White on the carry, number 4. So we've seen a lot of different names and numbers for Westminster this afternoon.
Yeah, they use a lot of guys, and that time Gomes just a quick pitch. And it's not something you see. You don't see that type of play very often, but it was a quick hitter to the outside, and Gomes, who very quick and nice gain out to the 48, picks up 13.
Trips to the right side. They're going to pitch it this time to the running back, and Ben Bladle's there for another tackle for loss, and Demir White is going to be dropped in the backfield.
He didn't see him in the rear view, Demir, if you will, as Bladle came through. They ran the same play, but went to the other side, and didn't block Ben. You didn't block Ben Bladle. When you don't block Ben Bladle, bad things happen, and that's exactly what happened there. So it'll be second down and long now. As you're changing the personnel. And sometimes you also, especially for running back, you see so many backs who are rhythm guys. They get stronger as the game goes on. Gomes had the big run, then they took him out.
So this is going to be a second down and 16 for Westminster. Flag will fly on the play as going to take a shot downfield. That pass is going to be dropped by the receiver. McGowan dropped that one right in the bucket, but he could not hold on to it. It looked like one of the Wolverines was offsides on the play.
But another dropped pass, fourth one. That would have been a gain of close to 20 yards and a first down. Granted, the penalty gives Westminster 5 yards and redo second down, but that's small consolation. It's still second and 11 as opposed to first down at about the Grove City 35-yard line. And again, McGowan 6 of 14 in the first half. It probably should be at minimum 8 for 14, 9 for 14. He is, Cannon with 1, Washington with 2, and now Beachy. That was about as well thrown a ball as you'll see.
McGowan takes the snap, drops to throw, going to go underneath, and a reaching catch made by his receiver right at midfield.
And he makes that one, though. He made the tough one and couldn't make the again, the last one was not easy, but it was perfect. That pass was a little high, and Beachy made the catch. Short gain to midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 8, but it's like you see the shortstop who makes the flashy play, but then boots the 2-hopper.
So it is 3rd down and 8 for the Titans. They will have trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. That's Jalen Washington, number 11. Single back in the backfield with Ty McGowan. McGowan takes the snap. Deep drop, sets up the screen. Receiver makes a catch. 1st down across the 40 and down near the 35-yard line. And then it's going to be a 1st down on Ethan Buford's reception, his 1st of the game and 14th of the year.
Yeah, Burford, his younger brother's at Central Clarion, who had a big win in the state playoffs last night over Farrell. And the older Burford with a nice gain picks up 16.
Play action. Stands in the pocket, pressure, steps up. He's going to run with the football across the 30, 25, and slides down to the 20-yard line. And the Westminster sideline wanted a flag as McGowan went into a slide, but there is none.
Yeah, he wasn't hit. The Grove City defender hit Jack Jolly, who was in there. If there was contact made, I think they could have thrown a flag. McGowan went down, but there wasn't. There was contact, but not with the sliding McGowan. But McGowan using his legs, getting away from Blado, got away from Karcheski, and Westminster on the move.
12:05 to play here, 3rd quarter, 20-3, Grove City. McGowan takes the snap, puts it in the belly of his running back. That's Ryan Gomes, and Gomes is going to be dropped in the backfield for about 1.5 yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and long.
And Ben Blado again had some help from Bryce Sponik on the other side, but Blado coming through, and he ran the counter back the other way, came towards Blado and countered back. But again, when you don't block 5, and they've done a very good job passing wise between the tackle and the extra tight end and the running back of neutralizing him. But on those run plays, they've simply have not gotten a hat on Blado, and 2 tackles for loss on this drive.
2nd down and long. Slot receiver right side goes in motion, fake it to him. Now they're going to toss it to him on the short side. Broke through the first tackle, and then 2 Wolverines there to pull him down at the 25-yard line.
Nice job by the cornerback, Danino, coming up. He didn't get him down, but he's able to get him slowed down enough that the cavalry could get there. Caleb Brubaker coming from his middle linebacker spot, and it's a loss on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and long again for Westminster. Likely 2 downs here to get the necessary, 14 yards.
Ball resting at the 26-yard line. 2 receivers and a wing to the right side, single receiver to the left. McGowan as a running back to his left, takes the snap. He'll stand in the pocket. Going to take a shot downfield. Receiver came open, and he was able to make the catch and get the foot down, and then took a big shot from Noah Wheeler, but he was able to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Marcel Smith-Austin, the Sharon High School product, making the catch. Wheeler knocked him out. They get to the 16, but it's going to be 4th down. And Westminster needing 2 touchdowns and a field goal, in field goal range, but offense will stay out there for 4th down and close to 4.
Westminster 0 of 1 on 4th down so far this afternoon. 10 minutes and 5 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now they'll make it trips to the left. McGowan looking that way, standing in the pocket, feeling some pressure. He's going to be wrapped up, and it's going to be short of the line to gain.
But the Wolverines are off sides. And it's going to be 5 yards and a 1st down for Westminster. So it'll be 1st down to about the 11-yard line. As Blado, he was down on a stance, and he had to be kind of fell forward, and his top half went into the neutral zone at the snap, and that's a flag. And instead of the sack, it's 1st down for Westminster at the 11.
5th penalty in the game against the Wolverines. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Trips to the left. McGowan takes the snap. Lefty looking that way. Ball batted in the air and incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Like Sponik got that big right hand up there, but he and Bladel were up there, looked like a double block in volleyball.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Westminster breaks the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Again, trips to the left side. Single receiver and side tight to the right. McGowan looking to throw. Standing in the pocket. No one's open. He'll roll to the outside. Ben Bladel's in pursuit. McGowan just going to dump this one into the bench at the last second and incomplete. And it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Great coverage by the Wolverines downfield. McGowan had some time that was flushed out, and he just had to throw that one away. So now at this point, Westminster, if you're Westminster and you only get 3 out of this, that would be certainly, granted, it's 3 scores. A field goal makes it 2 scores, but this long drive to not get a touchdown here would be a big win for the Grove City defense.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Play clock now down under 10 seconds. They'll check with the sidelines. Down to 3 to 2. And they had to take the timeout to avoid the penalty for a delay of game. So that'll give us a chance to step aside as well. 9:14 to play, 3rd quarter. Grove City 20, Westminster 3 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free windshield wiper sale. You heard correct. VOGO windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for Old Man Winter today before he arrives. VOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Try it in, try it out. It's that easy.
Westminster using 1 of their 3 timeouts. They've got 2 remaining on a 3rd down and 10 from the Grove City 11-yard line.
We look out beyond the end zone. We see Dalton Force, starting left tackle for Grove City. He is out of his jersey. He's on crutches on the far side, favoring the left leg. That is not a good sign. So Wolverines and Dylan Lane is with him. Dylan out today due to injury as well.
McGowan takes the snap, stands in. Crossing route on the ball, knocked away at the last second and incomplete. That's a fantastic job by the freshman Noah Wheeler to dislodge the football.
2 of the top rookies in the PAC matched up there. Bright Cannon, he had it for a moment. Noah Wheeler knocked it out of there, and it will be 4th down, and the Titans will have to settle for a field goal. So this long drive that is used nearly 6 minutes.
So they will attempt the field goal. Snap down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So the field goal of 28 yards puts 3 more on the board for Westminster, and they cut the Grove City lead to 20-6.
Granted, you don't like to give up 6-minute drives, but you generally field goals don't beat you. And a good job of the Wolverine defense to stiffen. You got the bat down on 1st down, and ultimately Westminster has to settle for 3. Now 20-6. An impressive drive by Westminster. All started. They had good field position after the fair catch of the pooch kick. Gomes had the good run on the first play. But ultimately a 14-play, 54 drive that uses 6 minutes, or nearly 6 minutes, 5:54 to be precise, results in only 3.
So Grove City will get their hands on the football for the first time in this 3rd quarter. After Westminster adds their 2nd field goal of the afternoon, cutting the lead to 20-6, and they will send 2 returners back deep around the 10-yard line. Looks like Shea Aiken back there to return the kick with Dominic Danino, who is at his 5-yard line. End over end kick. Danino drifting inside his 5, back to the 2, across the 10, cuts back to the 15, looking for a block across the 20. Flag flies 25 and down near the 30-yard line.
Robert Tamburino trying to plead his case, but I think they're going to get him for a hold out there. That was, they're going to get him there. It was close, but looked like he might have got the outside arm a little bit too far outside, and that's what allowed him to not only turn the defender, and that's what sprung Danino. The fact that that's the block that sprung him is probably what led to the flag. I mean, it was not an egregious hold, but it was just enough there, and because he gained that advantage for the return man, the penalty, instead of the ball at the 30, it's 10 from the spot back to the 10. So Grove City, its first drive of the second half, starting from the 10-yard line.
Grove City ran the football 27 times in the first half. They begin in the shadow of their own end zone from the 10-yard line.
Remember, Nathan Trainer in at left tackle, Bobby Benton at right guard, and Ian DeMary will be doing the bulk of the ball carrying with Nico Flatty out.
DeMary gets the football on first down. Big hole across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. DeMary with the block, and he could go 20, 15, 10 to the 5 and pulled down from behind inside the 5-yard line. Ian DeMary runs it all the way down to the Westminster 2-yard line. And we've got multiple flags that came out at the end of the play.
Ian DeMary, we'll see where they mark it. If it's at the 2, I believe that's 88. That would be 88 yards, and that would tie the longest run in program history. Officials will get together and
so we've been waiting for, and we will get the call.
And they've called it was 1, so it's half the distance. So it goes from the 2 to the 1. So 88-yard run for DeMary. I don't have my guide here, Mark. I believe that ties Phil Janchev's run against W&J in 76 for the school record.
So
we'll check it in the break. Hopefully the Wolverines punch it in here. We'll have a break and we can look. But DeMary back in. Actually, them sorting out the penalty gives Ian a bit of a breather. 88-yard dead sprint down the middle of the field.
Pfeiffer under center. Tamburino in motion. DeMary gets the handoff, looking for the goal line. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. It'll be second and goal for the Wolverines. We saw Grove City respond with a touchdown drive after Westminster scored their field goal in the first half, and now trying to do the exact same thing here in this third quarter. So they will go line up Pfeiffer under center, and they're going to try and get him into the end zone. And that is going to be a touchdown for Grove City. Logan Pfeiffer with his third rushing touchdown of this season.
And a flag at the end of the play as well. Your longest play, that tied the longest run, 88, Phil Yanchev, W&J. I believe that was a fake punt. So the old noodle still works, Mark. Touchdown on the board for now, but we'll see after we sort out the flags. Wolverine fans are celebrating. Looks like the penalty is on Grove City, a post-play penalty. So they call it on Ian DeMary, the personal foul. So is that like the football equivalent of the Gordie Howe hat trick? You get a personal foul and you get a school record long run.
And a touchdown.
He has a touchdown. He has 2 touchdowns today, too.
And the extra point is being blocked.
There's another high snap.
Grove City recovered the blocked snap, though the try is no good. It was 7:36 to play here in the third quarter. Grove City's lead is at 20, 26-6. We'll step aside for a break. Come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 11 private institutions and 2 associate members, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics. As a charter member of NCAA Division III, PAC student-athletes excel in 23 varsity sports as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Ian Demary having a big day this afternoon. Now 127 yards rushing and a pair of touchdowns on 16 carries for Ian today.
Yeah, and you get 88 on one run. That'll help you out a lot too. But Ian Demary pressed into duty with Nico Flatty sidelined, and Demary, we saw the long touchdown run on opening day against Geneva, and we're like, oh, we didn't know he had that kind of speed. Well, he's kind of bookended the regular season with long runs here in the regular season finale, as Wolverines will kick off. But again, kicking off from the 20 after a penalty.
So the two returners are standing at about the 25-yard line. Sullivan, high kick. He'll run up on it across the 31, try to get to the middle of the field to the 35, 40 to the 45, and down near the 48-yard line. And good field position out of the kickoff for Westminster.
And Bright Cannon, it was a good directional kick, but the problem was Cannon fielded it at the 30. If you're kicking off for your 35, then he's fielding it at inside his 20 to 15. The penalty again on the touchdown, resulting from a kickoff from the 20, ultimately resulting in excellent field position for Westminster as the Titans look to answer.
Going to put a receiver from left to right in motion, so it'll be twins to each side. McGowan takes the snap, goes downfield. Receiver made the catch, made the first man miss, got away from the second defender, and is able to turn this into a first down reception all the way down to the 34-yard line.
Bright Cannon out in the open. That time he got away from a couple of tacklers, and already Westminster inside the 35 after the good kick return.
Going to have trips to the right, single receiver left side. They will run the football on first down, and right there to pull him down to the backfield, the running back, Bryce Spolnick, pulls the running back down, and Spolnick adds another tackle for loss to his season totals.
Yeah, Demir White, he's thinking, they blocked for Gomes, and then I have to go to the right, and there's Spolnick and Bladel, but Spolnick making that play. Bladel was right there to finish him up, but a loss on the play, loss of 6. That kind of stuffs a little bit of the momentum for Westminster.
6:35 to play, third quarter. 26-6 Grove City. Westminster 2 to the left and 1 to the right side. McGowan drops to throw. Lefty looks downfield. Receiver made the catch and is able to work his way down near the 25-yard line. That's Jalen Washington, who's got a lot of targets this afternoon.
And held on to that one. Made a nice move to get upfield for a few additional yards, and going to be third and about a yard for the Titans. Getting back the lost yardage and a bunch more.
Going to keep the up-tempo with 2 receivers to the left now, 2 to the right side. Single back in the backfield with Ty McGowan, the junior. Looks like that is Ryan Gomes to his left. Play clock rolling down now under 10 seconds. McGowan walks up to the line of scrimmage, now drops back to the pistol. He'll take the snap, going to fire it quickly. Receiver makes the catch this time all the way down to the 15-yard line is the senior Jalen Washington out of Orlando, Florida.
And Washington really been a factor here in the second half, and Titans on the move. In Grove City, kind of playing the old bend but don't break. At this point now, Westminster, it's touchdown or bust. One would have to think.
Trips to the left. Single receiver, that's Washington to the right side. McGowan drops to throw. Stands in the pocket, swings the pass out, caught back at the 12-yard line. And the receiver's going to be knocked out of bounds after making the catch. It's Beachy on the reception. The junior adds another catch to his afternoon's total.
We'll give him 8 to the 7.
So it's second down and 2. Right back to the line. McGowan looking downfield, swings it out to his receiver behind the line, and that pass was incomplete.
Was it incomplete or was it backwards?
Initially thought it was a lateral, but they're going to call it incomplete.
The RPO, and it's normally it's an extension of the old triple option with 7 a pitch man. The third option is to throw it out to a receiver. It certainly was close. Of course, the line judge on the near side right there, he had the perfect view, better view than we had. But again, it was close enough for you. Maybe you kind of question you at least asked yourself the question.
McGowan on third down and 2. Checks that. That's O'Shea now in there at the quarterback spot. He has the first down, but there is a flag at the 6-yard line in the area where you normally see holding.
They're going to get Shaughnessy, the tight end. He just reached out and grabbed, I believe it was Bladel, The outside linebacker on the far side. That's what allowed O'Shea to turn the corner. So instead of 1st and goal, it's 3rd and long.
Shaughnessy, the 6'3", 220-pound grad student out of Seton LaSalle High School. So McGowan back in there on 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12.
4th penalty of the day on Westminster for 26 yards. They've had a couple that have been costly, as has Grove City.
Trips to the right, single receiver left side. McGowan drops to throw. Has time. Going to take a shot far corner of the end zone. Jump ball in the corner. And the receiver was out of bounds, could not complete the catch.
Noah Wheeler doing a good job of pushing him out of bounds. And now the field goal unit coming out. Here was Westminster thinking, hey, we need to get points, keep chipping away, but 26-6 field goal. Make the field goal, okay, 26-9, but it's still a 3-score game. But you're kind of playing percentages. What are your chances of getting 4th and 11 at this? I mean, it's a tough call. It's a tough call no matter what you do, but Corona back out for the field goal.
Put the ball down at the 24, make it a 34-yard attempt. He's hit his first 2 attempts. This one has the distance, and it is good. So with 4:18 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it is now Grove City 26 and Westminster 9. The last 2 times Grove City gave up field goals to Westminster, they responded with touchdown drives of their own.
Yeah, and hey, again, Grove City, you kind of rope it up a little bit. Westminster's moving the ball, using up some clock, but only getting the field goals. So now you're still up 17 with, 4:26 to go?
4:18.
4:18. I was close. I can't see the scoreboard from where I am, but again, a drive that used some time, and again, you maintain that 3-score lead, managing the game. It's you'd love to come out and just say, we're going to hold a team to 6 yards and no first downs for the game. That doesn't happen in college football, especially with the talent that Westminster has, the creativity they have from an X&O standpoint and personnel packages. You're not going to stonewall teams. It's not 1960 where there's like 3 passes a game. But to give up some yardage, some first downs, but also keep that clock moving and only giving up 3 points, 26-9. Again, that's a win for the Grove City defense.
Even Army is throwing the football in 2024.
Yes, and undefeated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Undefeated. Well, hey, it's good. The Black Knights of the Hudson.
They have a big one with Notre Dame next Saturday at Yankee Stadium. Kick away. And that is going to be Dominic Danino drifting back inside the 5. 10, 15, 20. Full head of steam, 25, 30. Down the sidelines to the 40 before being pushed out of bounds. And he's taken that role very well this year.
Yeah, Danino, he's a guy that they said we have to get him on the field somehow. And, of course, the receiver spot with all the seniors there, plus Sullivan, a little bit of a needed defensive back, and then especially that's really been exacerbated now with Bowden Davidson out this week. Danino doing a good job getting on the field at cornerback, but we saw initially in the return game, that's where he made his initial impact, and what a good sophomore year the Kiski area product is having.
1st and 10, Wolverines from the 40-yard line. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off to Ian Demiri. Demiri hit behind the line of scrimmage, able to fall forward for a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. His 17th carry this afternoon. We've seen that from both running backs this year. When Ian was banged up a little bit, Nico Flatty got a lot of work. Now Ian doing the same thing with Nico, a little banged up today. 2nd down and 9. Play clock at 12 seconds. It's Sullivan to the right. It's Heckathorn and Frazier to the left side. Demiri 2 yards deep behind Logan Pfeiffer. He'll get the handoff. Broke through the first wave of tacklers and was able to push the ball forward for another yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Grove City.
And we'll see Chase Rankin checking into the backfield. The Wolverines, you think about the depth chart, it's kind of it almost looks like a flow chart where you have Chase Rankin was the backup to Flatty in terms of certain situations, with Eli Jones backing up Demary in certain situations. So now Rankin out here on this 3rd and 8.
3 receivers go to the right side. That's Sullivan, Heckathorn and Lenhart.
You have to watch out for your exotic blitzes here, and Rankin, his ability to pick up a blitz here. He's first-year running back, played safety last year. That's something to keep an eye on here.
Pfeiffer takes the snap. He'll drop to throw. Has time. Goes middle. Catch made. First down to the Westminster 45-yard line. Ryan Lenhart with his 10th catch of his senior season.
Chase Rankin, he might not have aced the test, but he passed the test there in pass protection. As coming through was the lineman, Wes Donner, a defensive lineman, had a full head of steam. Rankin got in his way, able to slow him down, and allowed Pfeiffer to step into it, threw a dart to the big boy out of Shenango, back in his native Lawrence County, and it is 1st and 10 at the 45.
So the receiver is Frazier outside.
Unbalanced line for the Wolverines. Tamburino in as a tight end.
Going to give the ball to Ian Demary, trying to cut to the outside. Now it cuts back hard inside. And Demary's going to pick up 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Update for you, Chris. Whatever your name is, Mark. Sorry. I worked with Chris last night.
You did.
Grove City men's basketball team, 74-70 win over Fredonia State today. Wolverines are 2-2. Open PAC play already. Wednesday night, 7:30 against Waynesburg. Women's game tips at 5:30 in the Grove City College Arena. Chase Yarbrough, 23 points. Mike Christensen with 13. Big win for the Wolverines in the Grove City College Arena.
Play clock down to 12 seconds. Third quarter clock down to a minute 13 and rolling. Grove City with a 26-9 lead. They just do get the snap off. They give the ball to Rankin. Rankin able to bounce outside and get all the way down to the 35-yard line, right at the line to gain. And it will be a 1st down for the Wolverines.
Chase Rankin doing a very nice job. His first carry, and looking a little Nico Flatty-like. He has. There's certainly some parallels in terms of his footwork, things of that sort. And Chase Rankin, who has, you peek ahead to 2025, no doubt was going to have an expanded role in the ground game. And here in the 24 finale, regular season finale, thrust in there, and good blitz pickup earlier, and that time able to run for the 1st down.
Frazier is the receiver outside of the hash marks to the right side. Rankin remains the tailback. Play clock down to 3 seconds. They're going to give it to Rankin again, and this time he's going to be bottled up, driven back. Going to lose about 2 yards, and it's going to be a 2nd down and a 12 for the Wolverines.
Jaden Jackson, the 270-pound sophomore tackle, he blew up that play. He pushed not one but 2 linemen back into the backfield and then made the tackle on what turns out to be the final play of quarter number 3.
At the end of 3 this afternoon, it is Grove City 26 and Westminster 9. We'll take a break and have the 4th quarter next on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally loved.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
We begin the 4th quarter at Grove City, now left to right, facing a 2nd down and long, 2nd and 13. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Tamburino in motion, settles in the backfield. Pfeiffer to throw it. Stepping up, taking a shot downfield. Pass underthrown and intercepted by the Westminster secondary. And Logan Pfeiffer has thrown his 5th interception of 2024.
Yeah, 2 teams that do not turn over the football, but the first turnover of the game comes in the first play of the 4th quarter. Just an underthrown ball. And Kevin Wright, the cornerback, he was easily the nearest man to it, and Westminster takes over at its own 21-yard line. So Westminster gets the field goal, and now the takeaway, a little momentum on the side of Big Blue here at the start of the fourth quarter. And Pfeiffer's been very sharp today. It was 8 of his first 9, but that one, it looked like it came out of the hand funny. It was not on a rope. It just floated, and Wolverines give it back.
McGowan sends a man in motion from left to right. He'll take the snap and drop to throw. Going to go over the middle, and pass knocked away and incomplete. Dominic Danino there to make sure that pass was not completed. 2nd down and 10.
Good coverage by Danino using the inside arm and just batted that one down. Intended, as you said, for Washington. So 2nd and 10. Grove City outgaining Westminster through 3 quarters, 331 to 179. 37 rushing yards for Westminster, 187 for Grove City. It's football 101. Run the ball, stop the run. Wolverines did it last week against Case Western Reserve. They've done it for 3 quarters today, but still work to do.
Twins to each side for Ty McGowan. Throws the pass to his receiver out on the flat. That was incomplete. Looking for Ryan Gomes and had to put a little more air on it than he wanted to, facing some pressure from the Wolverine defense.
Jason Minch, the dog position hybrid safety linebacker, like with the Grey Cup being tomorrow in Canada, they have the defensive halfback. That's kind of what he plays. That type of situation in the slot all over the place. That time blitzing the quarterback, and he was on McGowan in a hurry, and pass lands incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions puts Westminster in 3rd and 10. Had to get a Grey Cup reference in, too.
Forgot that was coming up this weekend. Twins to each side as he drops to throw. Time going to the outside. Pass is high, but it is going to be caught. But it is shy of the first down marker by about 1.5 yards and will bring up 4th down.
Washington on the comeback. By the time he secured it, he was behind the first down marker. Then the tackle by Danino, the corner, pushing him back. It's 4th and 1 yard, and Westminster will go for it. You're down 17. It's you can't be punting it here. Wolverines will bring Danino out, and Joe Semelka will come in. So it's essentially like a goal line defense, goal line offense here.
So 4th down and 1 yard. Westminster 0 of 1 on 4th down so far today. McGowan going to go under center. Take the snap, give it to his running back who was hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back, and he did not get it. He needed to get across the 30.
Had to get to the 31. He barely made the 30. Bladel wrapped him up, but great job inside. Semelka and Bonanno, the 2 tackles to push the interior of the line back. Gomes never had a chance, and the Wolverines take over at the 30. So the turnover does not result in anything for Westminster. Now, Grove City actually will come out of the exchange with better field position at the Westminster 30-yard line. Here's we are early in the 4th quarter, 13:58 to go. You wonder here, do the Wolverines maybe take a shot here, trying to put this one away now? We'll see what they do here, but I have a hunch this is maybe a time you go and look to put the nail in the coffin.
Frazier between the hash marks and the numbers to the right side. Sullivan to the left. They will run it with Ian Demiri. And Demiri, it's about 1 yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9.
And somebody lost a helmet. It was Jackson, so we have to come out for a play. And Lawrence Casanzale, probably the largest number 32 you'll ever see checking in, 290 pounds.
You'd like to get, between maybe to the 25 to be within field goal range at this point?
Although when you think about, you had one extra point missed, another blocked, a couple of bad snaps. I think at this point it's, up 17. You're up 3 scores already. Field goal still keeps it 3 scores. I think it's 4-down territory.
Run the ball with Ian Demiri. Demiri going to square the shoulders to the line of scrimmage, and he will get the ball down to the 25-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and just about 4 yards to go for the Wolverines.
You know what we've not seen today, Mark? Quarterback draw.
Haven't seen that. We've seen it a few times throughout the year. We've sprinkled that in. Some screen, some quarterback draw. Rankin is the tailback now. Frazier to the left. Lenhart, Heckathorn, and Sullivan to the right side. Pfeiffer takes the snap. It is quarterback draw right up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Beautifully called. And a first down for the Wolverines. Went right to that play. I don't know what you saw, but it was there, and it was an easy first down.
Intuition, gut feeling.
Seen a lot of Wolverines football over the years.
Yeah, and it felt that just, and of course, with some of the different personnel out there, you wonder maybe not, but Pfeiffer, again, as we say, he's a quarterback. He doesn't run much, but he can run, and that time on 3rd and 5, able to pick up 10 first down and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So Pfeiffer converts a big third down, also has a touchdown on the ground today as well. Demiri back in the backfield. Frazier, single receiver, right side on the hash marks. Frazier going to throw on play action. Looking for Frazier, came back to the football, made the catch at the 10, ran over a defender and got down to the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Grove City.
Logan Pfeiffer says, I can run, but I'm better at throwing, and he threw a dart to the near sideline. That's not an easy throw for a quarterback from near the far hash to this sideline. I mean, that's a throw 36, 37 yards, and then you just from east-west and then down the field as well. And you have to have a strong arm to be able to make that throw. Pfeiffer certainly has that. And as you said, Mark, 1st and goal at the 5 and a chance to pretty much sew up this one with a touchdown.
Down to 11 minutes and 5 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Grove City leading 26-9. Demiri, the tailback. Demiri gets the handoff. This time he got stood up, but he bounced off of it. And he's going to be stopped right near the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 9.
And that time, Westminster getting good penetration. This Westminster defense has been pretty stout. And granted, the 88-yard run, skews the stats somewhat. But for the most part, the ground game, every yard has been hard-earned today.
Demiri to the right side of Logan Pfeiffer. Play clock at 15 seconds. Game clock approaching 10 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Two receivers to the left, one to the right side. And now we've got a whistle, and we're going to get Grove City for a delay of game penalty. But they got the timeout just in time, and it gives us a chance to step away. 10:06 to play a fourth quarter. Grove City 26, Westminster 9 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Off the timeout for the Wolverines. It will be 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Two receivers to the left, one to the right side. Pfeiffer to throw it. Looking back corner of the end zone, a little too tall for Frazier. And incomplete. He was triple covered in the corner as Westminster tried to take away Scott Frazier on that play. Incompletion stops the clock at 10:02 to play here in the fourth quarter. Grove City facing a 3rd down and 9. 3rd and goal from the 9. Three receivers right, one left. Wolverine 7 of 10 converting 3rd down here this afternoon. Rankin now is in there at the tailback spot. Pfeiffer to throw. looking downfield, looking for Frazier. And that is over his head, incomplete, and brings up fourth down. So it looks like they will bring on the special teams unit and give Sullivan a chance to add 3 points to the Wolverine total.
There's been a couple of high snaps today. The last extra point was blocked. Something to keep in mind here. And Westminster's such a great kick blocking team.
Sullivan, 7 of 9, a long of 42. This will be from 26 yards. Lambert's snap, Bear Bay's hold. Sullivan's kick is up, and it is good. So the sophomore drills home 3 points, and his 8th field goal of the season gives Grove City the 20-point lead back at 20-9.
29-9.
29 to 9. I've had trouble
close
with numbers today.
That's okay. We'll blame the scoreboard. We'll blame that. But it's being capably operated, but we're just having a hard time reading it. But you kick the field goal there, and now Westminster has to get 3 touchdowns and 3 conversions to beat you. And 9:54 to go. Certainly, hey, as we said before, you never feel comfortable here until the clock says zeros. The officials are in the locker room. But 29-9 gives you a little bit more breathing room. It gives you, you can defensively, you can play conservatively. Let Westminster have to, go, 9, 10, 11 plays and use up clock and kind of just use the clock as your friend and against Westminster.
So Bright Cannon is going to drop back to return this kickoff from Sullivan, who has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. 29-9, Grove City with the lead. 9:54 to play here in the fourth quarter. Sullivan put into the ball. Cannon drifting back inside the 10 to the 15, 20, 25. Takes a big hit as he's knocked down at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Westminster Titans will take over. First down and 10.
Jack Jolly with the bazooka on the cannon there. Just drilled him both at full speed, and Cannon went backwards. And again, great kick returner. Certainly he has to be one of the leading candidates for newcomer of the year in the PAC. But a decent run back out to the 30, but Jolly made sure he got no further up the field.
First and 10 for McGowan and Westminster from their 30-yard line. Right to left here in the fourth quarter. McGowan takes the snap, stands in the pocket, fires to the outside quickly. Receiver makes the catch, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's Jalen Washington adding to his reception total. That's his 6th of the afternoon.
Again, Westminster gets 5 yards, but the clock keeps moving. It stops momentarily on the out of bounds and then resets again.
McGowan takes the snap. Standing in, fires downfield, pass caught down to the 45-yard line.
Marcel Smith-Austin, his 2nd catch of the afternoon. He's had a very solid career here at Westminster, the Sharon High product.
So it is first down, Westminster to their 45-yard line. Twin receivers to each side, single back in the backfield. McGowan to throw. That pass is in and out of the hands of his intended target at the 35-yard line. Looking for Smith-Austin once again.
McGowan under some pressure. The Wolverines brought the extra rusher that time, bringing 5. Generally, they've been bringing 3. Most often, it's the front 3 of Karcheski, Spolnick, and Bonanno, and then Bladel. That time, Caleb Brubaker coming and getting some pressure up the middle, affecting that throw a little bit. Could have been caught, but would have certainly been a very difficult catch for the receiver.
2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side. McGowan to throw. Wanted to set up the screen to his running back. And again, he'll take off upfield. He's going to pick up 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
He was flushed out of there, and Bryce Spolnick and Kobe Bonanno combined to bring him down. They helicoptered him to the turf right in the Westminster logo. So here on 3rd down, Karcheski out. They move Bladel down to the defensive line in a pass rushing spot. Michael Walliser comes in as a 4th linebacker.
3rd down and 8. McGowan, 2 receivers to each side, drops to throw. Goes downfield, pass intercepted across the 50, 45. And down to the 42-yard line, that's Brubaker with another interception for the junior linebacker, adding to his season totals.
His fifth, he jumped the route on the zone underneath, and the Wolverines will take over. So as we said, both teams that did not turn over the ball all season, each team with a takeaway. Westminster did nothing with the Grove City turnover. Let's see if the Wolverines can do something here, taking over at the 38 of Westminster, leading 29-9, looking to put away this one and grab a share of the PAC championship.
Demiri will be the tailback. Frazier, single receiver. He's out to the left side. Burnett and Tamburino both in the backfield. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Ian Demiri. Demiri carrying a tackler down to the 35-yard line. It's a strong run of 3 yards for Demiri. Stayed in bounds and kept the clock rolling.
Good tough run. That time Ryan Lenhart, we talk about his pass catching. They use him more or less as a tight end, and that time he was the lead man coming around. Not Brunette, not Tamburino, but Lenhart kicking out and allowing Demiri to get upfield again. 3-yard gain, but when you think about time and score, field position, a 3-yard gain is suitable for the Wolverines.
Second down and 7. 7:45, clock rolling, fourth quarter. 29-9 Grove City. Pfeiffer takes the snap. Going to give it to Demiri again. And they're going to blow the play dead at the line of scrimmage. And Grove City now facing a 3rd down and 7. Seven of 11 is Grove City on 3rd down.
Yeah, but you keep that clock moving. Grove City's already won the time of possession battle today. Again, not always an indicative stat. In this game, certainly it is, especially what the Grove City did early on. The 2 long touchdown drives to take a 13-0 lead.
Rankin, the tailback, trips left, single receiver right side. So it's Frazier, Heckathorn, and Lenhart to the left, Sullivan to the right side. And a delay of game indicated as the play clock ran down. It'll cost Grove City 5 and put them behind the chains.
8th penalty for 65 yards. Penalties have been a little problematic. Of course, there were a couple post-touchdown personal fouls that resulted in kickoffs from the 20. There was an offsides that gave Westminster a 4th down conversion, and this one now puts Grove City at 3rd and 12.
Trips left, single receiver right side. Pfeiffer to throw. Has time to give him a clean pocket downfield for Scott Frazier, who got the foot down, and that is going to be good enough for a Grove City 1st down.
Nice pass, nice catch. Begin the blitz pickup. Chase Rankin again standing in there. Dylan Slave, the middle linebacker, came right up the gut. You know, they'd say through the A gap that we're right over the center. He came through. Rankin stood in there, stonewalled him, allowed his quarterback Pfeiffer to make the pass. Frazier the catch, and the Wolverines are now 8 of 12 on 3rd down with that completion. For Frazier, his 6th catch of the afternoon.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. We approach 6 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Demiri now back at the tailback spot. Pfeiffer got to give it to Demiri, trying to get to the outside. Now cuts back inside across the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Give him 9. It's 2nd and 1.
Anthony Brunette, a high school lineman at Peters Township, now wearing number 41 at fullback. You could tell he was just hunting somebody, found a defensive back, and just blasted him out of the way. And Demiri down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's Grove City ground attack now over 200 yards as a team. Demiri 144 yards on a career high, 25 carries.
He'll remain the running back. Demiri's going to get the handoff. He'll spin into the pile, and he's going to be a little shy of that 1st down stick. It's going to bring up 3rd down and less than 1. So 3rd down coming up for the Wolverines. 8 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. 2 of 3 converting 4th downs this afternoon. Pfeiffer up to the line of scrimmage. He'll go under center of Brady Brungard. Sends the fullback in motion. Stretch handoff to Demiri. And Demiri is going to be close to the first down marker. They will give him the first down. They convert on third down. Now 9 of 13 on the afternoon.
Yeah, you do not see the Wolverines under center very often. You'll see it at the goal line and so forth, or maybe like 4th and inches, or with everybody in tight. That time it looked like just your standard old-style, pro-style offense there with the back about 6 yards behind. And he said just the stretch play. I think all those years, the Indianapolis Colts with Peyton Manning and Edgerrin James, that was their bread and butter. One back, run this way, find the crease and get there. That's what Demiri did. And another first down for the Wolverines. They're 19th of the afternoon.
Game clock at 3:50 and rolling. Eckathorn to the left, Frazier to the right side. Ian Demiri with the football in his hand across the 15 and down to the 14-yard line. Get a good gain on a first down of about 5 yards for Grove City. Spot the ball at the 14-yard line. Ian Demiri continuing to have a big afternoon when the Wolverines needed it from the junior running back. Demiri 2 yards deep behind Logan Pfeiffer. And it got another carry. Bounced to the outside, then cut it back inside and drove inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of another Grove City first down. So third down and 1 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
See Tamburino checking out. He's a little bit banged up. You never see him come out, but Anthony Brunette is going to come in. Tamburino's going to go over and have a seat on the bench over there. He's been a busy guy today. Been a busy guy for 5 seasons.
Demiri, the tailback, gets this handoff, and Demiri stayed on his feet, continues to spin, looking for the goal line. That is a touchdown. Demiri was on a body of one of the players. He was not down, and he took the football into the end zone for a Grove City touchdown.
Ian Demiri, give him the hat trick, his third touchdown of the afternoon. And Mark, I think Commissioner Ondurka is going to have to order at least a second trophy.
Sounds like a good plan. So Sullivan will come on to attempt the extra point. And with 2:07 to play, Lambert will snap. High snap. Barabay gets it down. Sullivan's extra point is up, and it is good. 2:07 to play fourth quarter. Grove City 36 and Westminster 9. It has been a big afternoon for Ian Demiri.
And some little discussion of Thanksgiving plans after the play between the teams. Westminster, certainly some frustration. Titans have had a great year. They are an outstanding team, but today Grove City's been able to, win the line of scrimmage consistently. And, here in this fourth quarter, just the physical toll. I mean, Grove City just play after play after play. Now 48 rushing plays for 229 yards. And, that drive there, it's just punishing. The offensive linemen, those fullbacks, the running backs running hard. And it's, this Westminster team, it's senior day. This is a team that came in with a lot of excitement today. I will admit this fully, Mark. I'm not afraid. I am stunned at what the score says right now. I mean, not that Grove City's winning. I thought the Wolverines had a great shot coming in here today, but to be 36-9 with 2 minutes to go, not in my wildest of wild dreams.
Fair catch called for and made at the 23-yard line. Just based on the history we've seen over the last several matchups when we come here, the last 2 games decided by a total of 3 points when played here.
Yeah, and they were decided really in the closing seconds. You think 2 years ago at Grove City, Westminster winning 24-17. Grove City had a play into the end zone in the last play of the game. And Just on. Go back to 05 here. Westminster winning on a goal line stand. Grove City hitting Anthony Ritchie in 13 to win at the Horn. Just on and on. I mean, all these games. This is out of character for the Grove City Westminster series. But you know what? I'm not complaining.
So McGowan takes the snap. He'll drop to throw. Time, looking around, looking downfield. And Brubaker's going to run up on him and bring him down after just about a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. And we have come to the 2-minute timeout. Timeout on the field, 1:58 to play, 4th quarter. Grove City 36, Westminster 9 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, yes, yeah.
Off the timeout, back here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Going to fire a pass downfield. Receiver came back to it and was able to make the catch.
Levac back in at quarterback coming out of the 2-minute timeout.
Levac, Macedonia, Nordonia High School in Ohio for the high school home of the junior. Two receivers to the right and 2 to the left side. 1:44 to play here in the 4th quarter. Levac dropping back to throw, rolling out to the outside, sets his feet, fires downfield, and that pass intercepted by Shea Aiken. Yes, it was. Shea Aiken jumps in front of the route. Aiken makes the interception for the Wolverines, and that is going to wrap this one up here this afternoon, and the Wolverines will have 2nd consecutive shares of the PAC championship.
Shea Aiken, what a great senior year he's had. He's really carved out a very nice career this year, taking over the starting strong safety, and he puts an exclamation point on the regular season as the Grove City Wolverines are going to win a share. So an unsportsmanlike penalty. He'll get, I think Jason Minch was flagged for that. At this point, it's academic. But the Wolverines are going to get a share of a 2nd straight PAC title. We'll go to 9-1, and now wait and see what happens playoff-wise. The playoff selection shows 5 o'clock tomorrow. And according to all the NPI indicators and so forth, Wolverines look like they are in really good shape to be in the postseason. Where they end up, home, away, this week, next week, we don't know. What we do know is Logan Pfeiffer's taking a knee.
So Logan Pfeiffer takes the knee, and we go under 90 seconds to play in this afternoon's 4th quarter. Wolverines getting a couple of different numbers in there for these final couple of snaps. And for the 2nd consecutive year, the Wolverines will clinch a conference title on the road.
Yes. No, last year they clinched it at home. They got the trophy at Teal, but they clinched it at
the week before.
Clinched it the week before at home against Bethany.
Pfeiffer going to take another knee that's going to bring up 3rd down, and the game clock now under 45 seconds to go here, 4th quarter.
Great throng of Wolverine fans across the way. A lot of red and white here. Wolverines travel so well, making the short trip for Grove City. Some of them making a longer trip. They're coming to their feet as well. They show the Wolverines 9-1 regular season, Pfeiffer takes one more knee. Sorry to horn in on your duties there, Mark.
Both teams will head to midfield, and for the second consecutive season, the Grove City College Wolverines have at least a share of the President's Athletic Conference football title.
The Wolverines coming here, doing it on the road against a very good opponent. And this was classic Wolverine football today. Run the ball, stop the run, physical football. And against a very good opponent today, the Wolverines get it done on the road. They go to 9-1 overall, 9-1 on the PAC. The conference co-champs, W&J was up 45-0 on Allegheny Lake. So W&J has the automatic berth based on the tiebreaker. But the Wolverines winning, and then right now CMU's up 26-16 on Case. But W&J and Grove City at least will be declared co-champs. We'll see what happens with CMU over there. But number one, Wolverines win a share of the conference title, likely going back to the playoffs. And again, I said this earlier. I don't mean to repeat myself, but I did not see this coming. To come here against an outstanding team in New Wilmington and to be dominant like this. And we'll touch more on the stats after the break. But 17-minute edge in time of possession, 390 yards, holding Westminster to 41 rushing yards, 10 of 15 on third down. I mean, all the things that are indicators in winning football, Wolverines, check, check, check.
Fantastic performance when the Wolverines needed the most. They knew they had to come to Westminster and win if they wanted to have a chance to play in the NCAA Division III tournament for the second straight year.
Yeah, and as far as that, we don't know really much right now. There are no guarantees. The NPI indexes are all public. May have an idea. The quote-unquote top 24 will get a week off and play in 2 weeks. 25 through 40 would play next week. Where the Wolverines fit, to be determined. Things across the country kind of affect that positively or negatively. A win today on the road over a 7-3 team will certainly help you. Some of the initial indications think the Wolverines would be on the road in round 2. So to have, I think they get an open week next week, that would be huge. But hey, Wolverines are conference champs and likely on their way to the dance. But we'll play one more break and then we'll get back to postgame. How's that sound, Mark?
That sounds good. We'll take a break. Grove City, a winner this afternoon, 36-9. We're back after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Grove City College is a Christian college where you'll be challenged academically and nourished spiritually, where you can determine your calling and understand how to pursue it, and where you'll be a part of a community of purpose and principle. An excellent education is at the heart of the Grove City College experience, coupled with a commitment to faith and a mission to keep higher education affordable. I'm Grove City College President Paul McNulty, inviting you to visit gcc.edu to learn more.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey, there he is. How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird, too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for all of us. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Back here, one final time on the Wolverine Sports Network as the Wolverines win it this afternoon 36-9 over Westminster, clinching at least a share of the conference title and finishing the regular season at 9-1.
9-1. Wolverines 19-1 the last two regular seasons. Come here to Westminster and win 36-9. Just a dominant performance from that opening drive of the game. A real tone setter. 15 plays, 72 yards, 8:43 drive to begin the game, capped by the first of three Ian DeMary touchdown runs. And that was, really indicative of how the game was going to go. At Grove City, the front five today. Think, of course, without Dylan Lane today, Bobby Benton plugging in at right guard. And then at the left tackle, losing Dalton Four early. Nathan Traynor coming in. The fullbacks, Robert Tamburino, Anthony Brunette. Lost Nico Flatty in the first half, in the second quarter. Hopefully that he's going to be okay. But losing him, Ian DeMary stepping up. Just a team effort. Very efficient passing game today. Logan Pfeiffer, 10 of 14 for 166 yards. Big plays from guys that have made big plays over the last few years. Ryan Heckathorn, the 65-yard catch and run. Right after Westminster made it 13-3, Heckathorn, the 65-yarder to make it 20-3. Really think about it, a couple of real key plays in the game. And to say, if you were to pick what was the play of the game, perhaps that was it. Because Westminster had some momentum. Wolverines, were shy midfield, 2:40 to go in the half. You're thinking Westminster is able to maybe, get a stop, whatever. But instead, 65 yards to Heckathorn, and made it 20-3. Wolverines. That was a halftime lead, and they go on to the win, 36-9, keeping Westminster out of the end zone. I mean, that's to keep a college football team out of the end zone in 2024 is a very significant accomplishment, especially a team that has such great personnel, creativity, the personnel usage, etc. Hats off to this Wolverine defense, defensive coordinator Dan Vogt, the guys out there. Just fabulous job by them. And Grove City gets the win today by a final of 36-9, 390 total yards, 224 on the ground, 166 through the air, 38-plus minutes of time of possession, 10 of 15 on third down. Just a dominant effort today.
A fantastic effort on all three phases of the game, and in a situation where they had to, the Wolverines showed the depth that they have on this roster.
Certainly, yeah. It's we talk about certain guys each week, be it a Logan Pfeiffer, Scott Frazier, Ben Blado, etc. But it is, it's all 11-man units. And then in turn, when you have to go a little bit deeper, such as we saw Nathan Traynor going in, Bobby Benton starting today, Dominic Danino at cornerback, Chase Rankin doing a nice job at running back coming in. The special teams, the coverage units were good today, as they generally have been all season long. That depth, in all three facets, a big reason why the Wolverines get the win today over a Westminster team that's a pretty young squad overall. I know they honored a lot of seniors before the game, but they have a lot of key guys that are young, and they're going to be, they have been and will continue to be a force to be reckoned with in the PAC in 2025 and beyond. They're going to be a tough out in a bowl game next week, be it the Open Doors game in Canton or an ECAC bowl. I wouldn't want to have to play those guys in blue and white next week. That's a darn good football team that the head coach Scott Benzel's put together here in New Wilmington.
And the teams in this conference have shown when they've been given an opportunity to play in the postseason the last several years, they've played and done very well.
Certainly look at the NCAA playoffs, what Grove City did last year, Carnegie Mellon the year before. A lot of teams doing really well in ECAC bowl games. We get to measure up against the OAC next week, a very fine football conference in its own right. Likely 2 teams in the playoffs, maybe 3, depending what happens with Carnegie Mellon. CMU's up 3 at Case early in the fourth, 26-23. This is a great football league. I know there's some people out there nationally that like to look down their nose at the PAC or whatever, think we're a bunch of rubes or something, and that's not the case at all. This is an excellent football league. When you look at Westminster, when the final standings come out, a Westminster that's going to be, probably 4th in the conference standings. Okay, that's a 4th place team. You look at that eye test, you watch them play. That is a very, very good football team that would win a lot of conferences in Division III. Case Western Reserve. Case might end up 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in a lot of leagues they'd be 8-2, 9-1, maybe 10-0. And I think that just speaks to the depth of the PAC, the quality at the top, and the improvement in the other programs. What Westminster and Geneva have been, Waynesburg and Geneva, they're battling to get to 500 today. Teal has made strides, certainly. Bethany getting a win last week. The league, the league at the top is outstanding, and the teams that are looking to break into that top half, they are getting better. It's a great league, and Grove City Wolverines are 2-time champions of said league.
There's been a fun run the last 2 years, and it's not over yet.
It is not over yet. It's I'm gonna get emotional here, but I might. Just driving over, you think about you think about a lot of things. It's a short drive, but still time to think. But then coming here and thinking, boy, it's a great team. You're wondering, can we get it done? You're confident, but it's a great opponent. And then just to see this scene and to know that it's what seemed like a there was a stretch where we were just hoping to win a game. And you start winning some games, and then we get the first ECAC bowl win in 18. But there was still a gap. We're still the W&J and so forth ahead of that. We were still catching them. Then you get the win over, and it all kind of really started. I think we got the 4 wins in 17, but the homecoming win in 18 over Westminster, 36-33, when Cody Gustafson made the catch in the back of the end zone. That was the one that there have been a lot of milestone wins over the years. Of course, that win in 17 over St. Vincent and so forth. But that win that year in 18, because after, remember, the Wolverines got off to a slow start that year. Winning that one, and then it just took off from there. And then, winning at Carnegie Mellon. Last year, the win at Case. Defeating W&J last year. All these milestone wins. And today, needing the Wolverines have been in playoff mode for a month, coming here to a place that's tough to play against a great opponent, and you're just thrilled to no end, because it's taken a lot of work. It took a lot of guys today, but to come here and defeat a top-notch opponent on its home field, it's very special, and something that it's been several years in the making, and again, not done yet. Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know next week or the week after, home, away. We don't know. We'll find out. We'll know tomorrow. We're about 25, 26 hours, I guess. We'll have a better idea, and then and see what goes from there. But Wolverines have to clear out some room in the trophy case, Mark.
We always hear Coach say that winning a college football game is special. Winning a game here like this to accomplish what they have is even more special to round out the regular season.
Yes, certainly. I mean, think back to last year, and as time will go on, when the guys playing here are when they get to be our age and we're old men, we'll say, well, which one did one mean more, so forth. They're both special in their own right. Last year being the first one, that was very special. But also with that one, kind of knew that the Wolverines had it wrapped up at midseason, just based on how the schedule shook out. I mean, you had to go and play the games and stuff, but the Wolverines certainly were big favorites in the second half of each of those games last year. This year coming in, W&J had everybody back. Carnegie Mellon had everybody back. Case had everybody back. Grove City, of course, has just about everybody back. Westminster, not quite as much, but still a lot of good players and a lot of great young players coming in. And then you go on there and you have the loss to W&J. And now, not out of it, but no margin for error. But having to go and run the table, the wins over, the win over Teal, the win at Waynesburg, then the defeating Case last week, and this one, this was a different route to get to a conference title. Having to do it and doing it on the road against a really good team, a team that you've been playing against in football since 1892, a team you had so many great battles with over the last decade plus. It's a very special, very, very satisfying as well in its own right.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible season, and more information and more details to come when the NCAA makes everything official for the field of 40.
40, and that's a big thing too. Two things playing into the Wolverines' hands this year. 40-team field. Last year, Carnegie Mellon was 9-1. Well, I would say probably a top 15, top 20 team last year did not go to the playoffs because there were only 4 at-large berths available. That's number one. Number two, different selection process now with the NPI as opposed to with the what essentially was a more subjective with regional ranking committees and people making the decisions, and sometimes you get some of the old boy network and stuff in there too that could maybe affect some things and whatnot. Now it's not been without question or controversy. It's new. It's the first year, but I think those two factors certainly now the Wolverines at 9-1 are likely heading to the NCAA playoffs for the second time in program history.
And as we wrap things up here, I want to thank the great people here at Westminster.
Yeah, thanks to Westminster, starting with Athletic Director Jason Leonard, the Deputy AD and Sports Information Director Kevin Fenstermacher. Kevin, it's his first full year here at Westminster. He, of course, worked at Teal, worked at the PAC. He's a great friend, a great professional, and it's always great to work with him. He and his sidekick, Anthony Esposito, they did a great job. Ed Farrell here in the press box today. It's good to see Justin Zackel, who was SID here at one time. He works in collegiate communications elsewhere now, but great to see him. Thanks to Doug Nashtalk coming and taking pictures today. Jason Kapusta, who was shooting some pictures as well, too. Appreciate those guys. It's always fun to come here. We're always treated very well. It's usually always a tight game. This one, surprisingly, was a one-sided game by the time it finished up. But it's always a pleasure to come here because we were treated well. Setup is great, and look forward to coming here again in the future.
The Grove City College Wolverines are President's Athletic Conference champions for the second consecutive year. They win it by a final score of 36-9. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Don't forget the selection show is Sunday at 5 o'clock, ncaa.org.
Or .com. One of them.
They have two different sites.
Yes. But you should be able to find it. And then whatever information is out there, we'll have it at athletics.gcc.edu. You can check it out there. Our social media channels also. We'll have we'll have a lot of all that information to pass on to everybody. Probably it'll be 6, 7, it'll be Sunday evening at some juncture, but you'll want to check out that if you can't catch the selection show.
That is going to do it for us here this evening. The Wolverines finished the regular season 9-1, a 36-9 win over Westminster. For Sports Information Director Ryan Briggs, my name is Mark Means. You've been listening to the Wolverine Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning into the Wolverine Sports Network. We'll talk to you next time on the home of the Wolverines.